Intelligence data.
I've got that lightning inside me, son of a god. I'm like a titan that's rising, oh, just you watch. I'm stepping in the fade. There is no time to waste. I've got that lightning inside me. This is how legends are made.
Hello everybody and welcome to the English part of this amazing update stream. I think you all had already a lot of fun with the German part, where I think Conway and Sehalis did a great job with talking. At least gameplay I think was to be improved, but I'm not sure whether we're going to be able to upgrade it today with talking.
Well, I hope we will. Hello
I hope
everyone.
we will, exactly.
Yes,
So
we are the pros now, yeah? Like, so we just need
I
one
think
of you to carry us.
we will regret making that statement. No, but hello everybody.
We are pros at being carried.
That is true. That is true. Yeah, so chat, I hope you're doing great today. Of course, we have a new update here. And is the update out? Yes, the update is out.
Yes.
It is already out. It has been deployed on all of the different servers, and Conway is back.
Yes. Did he forget something? Did he notice the hashtag running?
The what?
Oh, he's touching buttons.
What is the bonus? Yes, because that's part of the stream. Like Conway just snuck in here as he saw you. Come here. You're in the streaming room. Say hi to chat.
Yes.
Hi to chat.
Yes. If you want to know who to blame for Hawaii pizza, that's him.
What do you mean to blame for pizza? Like pizza Hawaii?
Mouse.
Okay, I'll just move here.
Have the mouse? Just the mouse.
Just take it off. Take
Okay,
it off.
there is drama and repair works happening. It's
Nothing
very
with
entertaining
paperwork.
to
Actually,
observe.
To give you context, so what I asked Mr. Conway to do is to give me the bonus code that we were supposed to show today, and he didn't prepare it. So he had to do it on the fly. So I can show you the bonus code for today, because there is a new activity with bonus codes that we have here live on streams, where you can get additional missions to get your hands on additional German collection containers. So you can actually, complete that collection. That's the entire idea behind it. And that's the bonus code. Thank you very much, Mr. Conway. So, chat, you can not only blame him for the amazing combination of pineapple ham on pizza, but also for this bonus code, which will give you a mission, right? And the mission, you can find it in your combat mission tab.
Wait,
and
is it correct spelling? Push one more time.
give me a second. I'm waiting for it to be done.
Yes.
Good job.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Correct?
And yes, hashtag praise Conway for code.
Exactly. Hashtag praise Conway. As much shit as I usually, love to give him, because it's just friendly banter. He did a fantastic job with the last 2 weekends running King of the Sea. I hope you enjoyed it. Regional, international finals, plus the longest night of museums,
Yes,
or
and
actually the toaster stream, as we call it by now. Just producing it like a boss. So I hope you enjoyed that kind
Yes,
of content.
I mean, I'm still amazed that basically the entire stream went basically seamlessly, smoothly, without any issues, without technical things that usually go up. I mean, Conway was amazing. All the museums were also amazing, because for many of them this was like completely new concept, like not doing video but doing a live show, and they all were awesome. So yes, praise Conway.
Yes, and I hope you like the content, chat. So let us know whether you would like to see more of this, because of course, we'll try to make that happen. When will the UK toaster be in the Wargaming store? Good question. We'll have to ask. Like, that was a pretty big toaster. I don't think we can easily just put it into our own shop. But
and just putting it out here, unfortunately we don't have toaster right here.
yeah,
Even
the stream is
though
great. Okay.
sometimes our laptops get a bit hot, but still not hot enough.
Crescentus over Yamamoto. Look, Yamamoto is a commander you definitely should have in your collection. He's definitely very good. Coffee Clutch doesn't work. It should work. If there's any issue, then I'll just ask Sehales if you're still in the background. Please check. But I tried the bonus code myself, and it gave me a mission, so it should work.
Oh, apparently there seems to be some issue with the sound, but only one person is reporting it.
Chat. Let me know if sound is fine. Just give me an accent check.
it seems someone is fine. Hi, Taki. I'm from the beautiful Czech Republic. Yeah, Cafe Clutch should work.
Okay.
Maybe if you already got a bonus code yesterday from the NA stream,
Yes.
then it will not work for you because then you already have the content. So
yeah, it's a mission. So, and the thing is that, because we want to make sure that all of you have a chance to get it, right? So we already distributed the code yesterday, for example, during the NA stream. If you, I don't know, for whatever reason, are not paying attention right now and you forget to redeem it, there will be a chance, for example, with other streams, to still get that mission. And then with each Thursday, a new mission will go live. So if you just tune in here every Thursday for the EU stream, you will be able to get all of the missions, and then you just play. They're actually active until the end of the update. So if you redeem it today, you have, I think, 27 days actually to finish it.
And Le Crap Tambour is asking, meaning of Cafe Clutch, please.
Oh God, Kaffeeklatsch. So that's a super typical German word. So Kaffeeklatsch is kind of like meeting with friends over coffee and kind of exchanging rumors and stuff. So Kaffeeklatsch. That's just the way. German can be very specific with all of the different words. Gossip, yeah, it's kind of like gossip, Kaffeeklatsch, but it's also sitting down over a coffee and just exchanging the gossip over a coffee. So just teaching you a little bit of German.
Yeah,
Evan actually, Evan is one of my absolute heroes when it comes to German because he learned German by watching TV and is super fluent.
I learned German watching war movies, so my vocabulary tends to be limited to like Hände hoch and nicht schießen and stuff like that.
I have a great question here actually. So somebody's asking, which team are you from? Simturian is asking, which team are you on? Join Welthund. So I'm currently Team Welthund, and I think
yes, I'm a team.
So
I'm World Dog as well.
Team Welthund, but a lot of you actually picked other teams. So I'm very happy to see that everybody's dispersing into different teams. But for this week we have Welthund.
Yeah, I see there are questions in the chat regarding the XP in the operations, and we are looking into it.
Yes, so at least we are not aware of any change that might have been made. So, and usually any change would be documented in the patch notes, but we asked internally, and as soon as we have info on this, we will let you.
Yes.
That's why we're winning, right? I mean, Raven Wolf, you should then, change it to Welthund. Your nickname.
Ravenclaw.
Oh, Vice Admiral Leffy says, as a proud Viking, I had to go for Team Lindworm. Well, I will try to basically go for each team once, because you can pick it right once per week, and then see what I can get. But the good thing is that we actually have a Twitch Drops campaign running this entire update, where you can each week get your hands on one of the commanders, and each week it's a different commander. So this is something where we try to also give you the chance to get the commanders. If you want to stick with one team throughout the update, but you would still like to get the commanders, you can get the missions for that through Twitch Drops, and the missions are actually quite easy. I think in total it will not take you too long to get your hands on them, but we can take a look at this. And if you want to not miss out on the naval legend, the Royal Navy's toaster, you can just see it in chat right now. Commander Cornflakes actually used the command !HMS toaster and see Her Majesty's toaster, which is an absolutely fantastic clip from our stream that we had on Tuesday.
Yes. And I'll share the clip also with the YouTube. But I guess let's dive into the update.
Yes. So, but I just wanted to answer one question here from Kamatra on YouTube. He's asking, is there a way to get the Vampire 2 by doubloons? Well, the only way to get the Vampire 2 through doubloons would be a little bit convoluted, but it is kind of possible depending on how much XP you have in your account. Because You could basically reset lines if you have at least 5 tier 10 ships, right? You can drop them through the research bureau, and then you can grind them up, or you can use free XP to accelerate that, and then just collect research points and get it, because it's for 55k research points in the armory. It's very expensive, exactly, if you would go through this, but you're asking me about doubloons. This is the way you could use doubloons to get there. So, Taki, do we want to take a look at the update, talking about already part of the content with the Battle of the Beast mode that we have right now? So let's maybe just jump into this. I can actually do it like this, or actually can we? I can do it like this. This is probably better. So we can sit here together and take a look at the update and go through it step by step, so nobody is missing out on any of the content. Oh, no, of course I misclicked. We can of course see it here. So, it's just the way it is. If you click here, you can have a beautiful Dasha instead of us ugly guys, tell you all of the content, tell you all about the content of this update, but we'll just go through it here step by step so that you don't miss out on anything if you were too lazy to read the entire thing.
Or too busy.
Or too busy, exactly, playing the game. So don't miss out on part 2 of the German Destroyer arc. Of course, we already had this last update, but you can still get your hands on German Destroyers in early access. Still works the same way. We have German tokens, and for German tokens, there are consecutive bundles that you can unlock. And depending on how far you get to different stages. You can get, for example, these amazing, beautiful Iron Cross camouflages for Felix Schulz, or for the Elbing. You see here Gustav Julius Merker as a ship that you can get. And with the German collection, if you manage to finish it, which is part of this update, you can also get the Iron Cross camouflage for the Gustav Julius Merker for free, which should be nice. Yes. So, going here through this, we have one of the biggest things about this update, which is
the Battle of the Beasties.
Exactly. So, Taki, if you want to cover it, I'll just hand it over to
yes.
you. I'll just do the scrolling part.
This is basically like kind of expanded version of the older events, like the Victory and the Sharks versus Eagles and stuff. This time we don't have 2 teams, we have 4 teams. And you can switch between the teams, between the stages, that's okay. But the 4 teams are based on the German mythology. Why German? Well, because we have German destroyers, right? So we have a Welthund, which apparently is a huge black dog.
Look,
Did
I
you
have
see Welthund?
So the thing is, like, I'm German, right? I know some of these by name. Like, I heard Welthund and Lindwurm, but when I heard like Feuerputz and Glühschwanz, that was news to me. It's a very regional names for certain things and regional mythologies, but that's typically German because Germany wasn't always Germany. And there's a lot of regional, like just stories, mythologies, and so on. And they might have very different names depending on where you're from.
I mean, Bavaria wasn't always Bavaria, right?
No. Also Franconia.
Yeah. So then there's the Feuerputz. I just love the names. Who is apparently a burning horseman or something. Why is he burning?
Why not? That should be the question.
Okay, fair enough. Then there is Glühschwanz, which is apparently kind of a dragon, officially. And then there is a Lindworm, like warm. Why would anyone want to be warm? Well, I probably will be warm, but...
Look, you like Dune, right? That's kind of a worm.
Oh, so not sandworm, but a clay worm.
Kind of, yes.
Okay, but in any case, you log into game, you get a selection of 4 teams. I guess we both selected the teams already, so we cannot show it really in game.
No, but it's super simple. If you log into the game, there will be a pop-up screen where you can select one of the teams, select the one that you like best, or for example, which sounds the coolest in terms of potential commanders. Just select it and play it. You will figure it out very quickly as soon as you start playing.
Yeah, and then you get special missions that are resetting each day or change it each day. And by fulfilling these missions, you are completing the milestones both for you and for the team. The missions are generally tier 5 and up, and you can fulfill them in random scope and ranked. And there are 4 stages, each one for 1 week, and the progress in The stage is always reset between the stages. So with each stage, you start anew. You can switch the team. You can do whatever you want. And yeah, by reaching the milestones, you are getting rewards, which can be the patches, the commanders with 10 skill points who look like kind of a aged boy band. But
Some of them.
some of them, yeah.
I'm not sure whether some of the commanders would fit the description, or they have been a boy band a very, very long time ago.
I said aged. Yeah, and you are getting temporary resources, which are called beast tokens, strangely enough. And for those, you can get things in the armory, including the Battle of the Jutland content, including the German collection content, which we will get to soon, credits and Jutland containers. And yeah, in the Jutland containers, you can get one old, one new ship, the König Albert, and Agincourt.
Let's just call it Agincourt. I know it's a French city, right?
I
but
will
we'll just pronounce it the English way.
We can always call it Gin Palace, which was the nickname.
I did not know this today.
Yeah.
I learned. It is a very beautiful ship with a lot of guns, by the way. So.
Yeah, 14 guns on the broadside, so it's kind of fun. And you can get camouflages for them, which are kind of nice.
Yes, I mean, looks quite nice, right?
And since we already mentioned the German Destroyers collection, off to Chrysanthos.
Yes, so we have a new collection that is themed around the German destroyers. What a surprise with the German destroyer arc, right? We do have the tech tree split, and this collection is basically focused around the history of ships of this type and the people who served in them. We have 4 different sections with 4 elements in each. For each of the sections, if you complete them, you will get 1 day of Warships premium time. And if you manage to finish the collection, you will get the special Iron Cross permanent camouflage for the Gustav Julius Merker, which is the tier 8 ship. So, if you want to get a really, I think they're super beautiful, like these camouflages, right? Just look at this beauty. If you want to get that camouflage, you can just get it for free by playing the game and completing the collection. But something I have to say, because we have two different kinds of collections in World of Warships in terms of how they work to get the collectible items. This is one of the collections where you can only get the collectibles from the German destroyer containers. Other collections supported, for example, through daily missions and the containers you get for this. So, just keep that in mind. Get your German destroyer containers to finish it. Then we have a new feature, which is the auction. So the auction is something that we introduced now with 10.4. It's actually something we're testing right now, and we would like you to participate. And the key rules are pretty straightforward. Each auction has a limited duration, right? So the auction has to end at some point, and you have different stages. First, the auction is announced. You know the starting price, the number of possible winners, and then it starts. You can place your bid. The bidding can be changed throughout the auction, so you can readjust the bid that you want to do, and then at some point it ends. You don't really see what is the highest bidding, and then at the end the highest bidders will get the content from the auction. You can already test this in game right now. I can show you the ones that we have for developers, because we didn't want to be in a situation where we, as employees, would be bidding on the same items as you do. We didn't want to take anything away from you, but it's just how it works. You can. It depends, what kind of item is in there. Various items that could be in there, and also the resources can vary. So that depends on whatever kind of thing is in the auction.
Yes.
And in case, because just to make sure you understand it, if you're participating in an auction, the amount of resources that you put up for one of the items will be kind of taken from your account to be allocated to this. And if you get it, you will just get the item. If you're not part of the winning bid, you will just get your resources back. So it's not like you lose anything. It's either you win it or you get your money back. Very straightforward.
There is a question: will you put a lunch date with Mr. Conway and Chrysanthos in the auction? Why would you want to do that?
I think this is something that Conway and me would offer for charity rather than through the auction in game. I think there would be a little bit of a waste of the feature. But if it's for the next charity activity that we might be doing, we can offer something like this. But we also just have to be aware of the fact that there's Corona out there, and getting people here to Prague is quite tricky. Where is it in game? I did not find the auction. It's actually in
the armory.
In the
You
armory.
can switch to my screen.
Okay, perfect. Let's jump
So
in here.
you go to armory.
Because I need to switch.
It loads. Hello. Hello. Yes. And then you go down here. You see the hammer and you see the auction. And there you have the lots and you can bid.
Exactly. You won't be able to see it right now because if I go back here, I can show you. Going to my screen, right? So this will start not this week, but next week on Friday, the 28th of May, around 2 p.m. You don't really have to rush, right? Because it's not like first come, first serve. No, but you have this time here to be able to make your bids. The first lots that we have is 100k coal for credits. So if you're somebody like me who has a shit ton of credits, but you would like to have more coal, this might be interesting. There are 5,000 winners. We also have the British Commander Adrian Griffiths with 14 skill points and 20 rising expandable camouflages for a starting bid of 9k doubloons. There are only 1,000 winners. And then if you're a Thunderer fan, you would like to get the commemorative flag, the starting bid would be 1,500 doubloons and there will be 2,500 winners. It's the same system for each of the clusters. So you can just check it out. And yep, that's the whole concept. If you have any questions, please let us know and we'll try to answer it throughout the stream.
Yes. Then the next section are the game balance details, game balance changes, which are, well, I mean, there's a lot of ship changes. We won't be going really through all of them. Because, well, it's a long list, but there are also some important commander skill changes, especially for the battleships. We have changed the bonuses to super heavy AP shells. That's one thing. The other thing is, however, that we have deaded the Deadeye.
Mm-hmm.
The Deadeye skill is gone. Unmourned, probably for me, because I wasn't using it anyway. I like to get close in, so. And it's replaced with the skill Swift in Silence, which will allow you to reposition your battleship faster because of the 10% speed increase if you are undetected.
Yeah. I see some questions here. So LTC_Don is asking, does each winner get 100k coal, or do they split the 100k coal? No, that would be pretty
We are
unfair.
not that evil.
No. You bid for 100k coal, you will get 100k coal.
Yes.
That's basically the entire thing. But also no boni are applied from, let's say, for example, your clan boni that you would get. It's just straight up 100k.
You mean no bonuses?
No, I mean boni because Evan is in chat. So then there was a question here by Ether_SK. Is it fair that all servers have the same auction size, even if some have more players? Look, this is the initial concept that we're running, and we might adjust it over the course of time. But for now, we thought it's fair to just give it to each server in the same size, and then if we need to make changes, we'll make it. But for now, this is the first time we're having this, so we just test it like this and then see how it goes. Yeah. So, any other related questions? No, I think that was it. Raven was asking, I need steel. Can I get that in the auction? I think it's, at least for now, it's not in the auction. Usually that's a kind of resource that would be mostly obtainable through special events, right? As we have, for example, snowflakes, but most of all through clan battles and ranked battles. If it's going to be available in the auction, might happen, but I wouldn't expect it anytime soon. So maybe, never say never. But for now, I think it's more focused on other items, like we have right now with coal, or for example, commanders with commemorative flags. Could also be like special skins or kind of special things. Good. Okay, which you cannot play. Well, I understand that, Ravenwolf. But that's the thing. If you do not want to participate in these special modes like clan battles or ranked battles, even though I would highly encourage you to play ranked battles, because first of all, it's a cool mode, and you learn a lot about the game and how to improve yourself in terms of playing for objectives, and you get the rewards based on wins. So even if you just play a little bit and you get your 3 victories, for example, in Bronze Stick, you will get 200 steel. plus the daily missions that will give you additional steel, plus snowflakes every once in a while, and maybe a special event or something that might be happening, you can, over a longer period of time, accumulate steel and still get one of the steel ships. For example, I personally, unfortunately, I don't get to play clan battles because our clan is not that active. It's hard to get enough people together to play clan battles, and I only get to play with, as a mercenary with other clients every once in a while. But I do play ranked very often. It's actually my favorite game mode. And I have all of the steel ships except for the Shikishima. So it is okay. Good. Okay, then, for Deadeye, as we said, the skill is dead. Which it got replaced, and if you had it already trained on one of your commanders, that commander for the battleship tab of that commander got reset, so you can select it. So if you had commanders where this applies, just make sure you select other skills, right, to not miss out on your full captain spec. And otherwise, we made some minor changes to other skills. For example, for cruisers, I think this is a really nice skill here, getting more HP out of it. If you, for example, have a tier 10 cruiser, it would be 4.5k extra HP, which might make a big difference. So go check this out.
There are some calls for the code again. So
sure, I just push the button. So as you can see here, a lot of smaller balancing changes. This is just our general approach. We try to do it like in small incremental steps to make sure we're getting to the right value where we want to be in terms of the performance. And for example, here we have also a lot of changes to the Italian battleships, giving them a little bit of love. For example, Francesco Caracciolo or the Vittorio Veneto being more accurate. Good. Then we have here a change for the achievements interface. If you want to go through this, Taki, then I'll just leave it to you. But
I can. I just have to open the window.
Sure.
Yeah. So basically, what we are doing, we have updated the navigation for the achievements. Most of all, because the interface itself was fairly old, creaky, leaky, and most of all, didn't have enough space for expansion. So since we want to maybe start bringing some new achievements in the future, we had to lay down some groundwork to make that possible, make that happen. We have also added tooltips that will tell you more about the achievements, and in general, it should be a bit more user-friendly than it used to be. With that came the other step that basically we have changed the system of getting signal flags, because the achievements were not really suited for the system wasn't really suited for possible expansions and stuff. So we removed the rewards from the achievements, and we have replaced them with weekly mission chains that can give you more signals containers and gift containers, so that basically you get roughly similar amount of signals on average. Might not be necessarily the signals that you want, but on the other hand, it might be also more Zulu flags and similar.
It's probably going to be a bit of a more constant flow of these rewards, because you're not really tied to the achievements. I understand that some of you, really like that system. I'm part of that. You get an achievement, you get a cool reward for it. But on the other hand, you might also just had really good battles, didn't get the achievements, and didn't get any flags. So you have a bit of more of like a generic way of getting them, but at least you get the flags to this. And I saw the comment here from Ravenwolf about adding achievements potentially for co-op. Maybe in the future. We'll have to see, but at least you do get to tap into the rewards for achievements through that chain.
Yeah, and what is important with the mission chains, that now they work in those chains work in random, in ranked, in operations brawls, and in co-op as well. So basically, it's expanding the accessibility to the rewards to co-op players as well.
And they get refreshed every week.
Yes.
Yes. Then we have, of course, a new ranked battle season starting, third season. You should see all of the details here. The concept is similar to the one that before, but the cool thing is that this time we have more tiers available. So it's still a 7v7 format. The Bronze League is tier 6, tier 7. So if you want to use these ships, go have fun with it. I think it's cool to be able to use mid-tier ships in this mode. Then we have the Silver League with tier 8 and tier 9 ships. And then the Gold League is going to be locked. It's going to be tier 10 to play in there, and that should be pretty nice. Rewards, as you can see, you still have a similar approach, right? You get, for wins, you get steel, you get special camouflages based on the league that you're in, plus the container for reaching rank 1. You need to qualify to get into the next league. And one of the changes that we actually made is that the first week for this ranked season is going to be shorter, because a lot of you love to burn through Bronze League and be ready for the Silver League. You do need less wins to get into Silver League through Bronze, right, than it is from Silver League to Gold. So the first week is 1 week, and then you get to have 2-week sprints. And I hope you enjoyed. I can highly recommend all of you to check it out. There is a special mission chain where you get gift containers for trying out ranked battles. So go grab that. I already grabbed it today. I played some Xeno. And then we have a special brawl going on. It's going to be a 5v5 playing tier 10 ships. You see the ship restrictions: 1 aircraft carrier, 2 battleships, 2 cruisers, or 2 destroyers, with special rewards. It should be quite fun. It's happening for 1 week, so mark that in your calendar. Brawls are usually super fun.
Yes, between 8 and 14 June.
Yeah. As you can see, lots of content. We also have a new clan battle season starting next week, tier 10 in a 7v7 format, where you can field 1 aircraft carrier or 2 battleships, or 1 aircraft carrier and 1 battleship, depending on what your team wants to have as a setup. And you can have 3 mercenaries per division, so that should be a nice setup. And of course, the rewards are going to be 11k steel maximum. So if you want to get steel, this is a good way to get this. If you watch, for example, King of the Sea, you can see how cool competitive gameplay can be. So, maybe try it out, even if you're a more casual clan.
Yes. We have also improved the daily shipments a bit. The new round will start on June 1.
So this is based basically on the month, right? We
Yes.
already have this running right now in May. I hope you've seen this when you logged into the game. There's this new screen where you have a daily reward, and after 24 days, you get a super container. And I think, this is something I really want to highlight, that I know that sometimes, the game can be very complex and a lot of things going on, but it's really great to be able to have a reliable way to get additional super containers. You can get up to 12 per year with this, right?
Yes.
And get lucky and get some extra resources. And even if you manage to get all 24 and you're a super active player, you log in every day, you still get free XP for the remaining days if you log in after the 24th day.
Yes, 750 free XP per day, which, it comes in handy.
Yes. Then we have new ships coming to the game, and I'm also very happy to see that the dates are included, so you can plan a little bit ahead. So if you're interested in the Tiger 59, that will be available from May 28th for doubloons in the Armory, which is a interesting ship if you want to check it out. It has specialized repair teams, surveillance radar, is a very sneaky ship. It has a smoke generator, defensive A, but it only has 2 dual turret guns, so check that out. Then we have also something that I'm sure a lot of you are going to be very, very, very happy to see. They're still under NDA, but as soon as the NDA is falling, you can see, of course, all of these ships from our contributors with coverage. From June 4th, there will be the Ise, the first hybrid in World of Warships, that will become available in the Armory. So that ship is going to be available for 6,800 doubloons. It's going to be a tier 6 ship, which is basically half battleship, half aircraft carrier, and has a very unique playstyle. So if this is something you've been waiting for, it is finally happening.
Yeah, basically, if you look at her, she's a sister ship to the Hyuga that we released recently, very similar to Fuso. So just imagine that you take the front 4 turrets of Fuso and replace the aft turrets with the flight deck, and you have the Ise. So it's kind of a Congo carrier.
Yeah, and then, of course, every once in a while, we add special camouflages for our steel or ranked ships. Ranked coal ships, sorry. And this is one that you have here with the Shikishima. It is the Ice Worm permanent camouflage. And if you want to show off that you are one of these guys who is playing a lot of clan battles and has a special camouflage, go grab it. I've seen a lot of Shikishimas in King of the Sea, and I'm sure we'll see this combination from the best players out there.
Yes, and speaking of ship changes, we should repeat the PSA that is highlighted in red here, because with update 0.10.5, we are removing quite a few ships from the circulation for now. So it's Löwenhardt, Nelson, T-61, Haida, Z-39, Asashio, Admiral Graf Spee, and the Lenin. So If you are interested in them, you still have time to get them, grab them before they are gone.
Yeah, and then as we said, we have content edition here. The Weimar is going to be part of the game soon with a special camouflage. We do have the Battle of Jutland camouflages that we already talked about earlier. You can get it through the armory. We do have here special flags and patches, plus this here beautiful game flag and patch. If you are into a certain sport, you might know how you.
If you are wondering which is the beautiful game, then I think the flag has some hints
Well,
about
for me,
that.
it would still be World of Warships. And then we have a set of new ships coming to the game that we're testing right now. If you paid attention to the devlog, you already know that a lot of Dutch cruisers that are here still under the pan-EU flag, but it will be its own nation. So we have amazing ships like the Reuter or the Zeven Provinciën or the Gouden Leeuw. With new mechanics coming to the game. Also, the Congress will be in testing, so you can stay tuned for more information and seeing these ships make it to the game in some time. Not yet, but we're getting there.
Yes.
Yeah, and otherwise, we have some minor improvements here. You can, of course, read about all of this here in the patch notes, but I think one thing I wanted to highlight here is that down here is 1 day of premium time. If you manage to read all of this, or you just scroll to the bottom, you can get a little bit of a gift for reading our patch notes. We want to incentivize for you to just, be updated what's happening in the game, so you don't miss out on anything. Hip Hip Holland, yes.
Yes, Hip Hip Holland.
It's Goldener Löwe, almost. Like I'm trying my best to not slaughter different nations' ship names too much, and I think with Gouden Leeuw I got it.
I'm not sure.
Ish right.
Yeah.
I hope our Dutch players are going to forgive me, and will make up for it by adding your nation to the game.
But in any case, now that we've gone through the list, as usual, we have prepared a little survey. So please jump to the link I'm sharing if you are interested to leave some feedback, and leave us some feedback because we are always interested in what is in there and how you perceive the changes. What, for example, quite often we see that some change that we didn't think was too exciting for you is actually exciting for you. Various quality of life changes. So sometimes there are some really surprising things that you like or that you don't like. So leave us a feedback and thank you in advance.
I've seen a question here from a player, and I'm sorry, like when we go through the update, we're trying to address questions related to the update or about the section that we're talking about right now. So if you have other questions, I'm happy to answer them together with Taki. One of your questions was here about the spectator mode for an average match, so somebody could watch you play. The problem is when it comes to spectator mode, fair play, right? If you're spectating somebody's game and you would be, for example, on a TeamSpeak server of another team, even when it comes to random battles, you could just tell them everything that's going on and where ships are at. So it's a bit of a tricky topic, right? You can use replays, and big shout out to, for example, Not Your Father, who created a really cool replay video tool where you can turn replays into video files. But overall, it's always a tricky question how to balance these things. We have a spectator mode in training rooms, especially for tournaments that we're running, and I think it's a really cool thing to have. But it would be, tricky to do this, for example, for clan battles, and it would require a lot of development time to actually get that done. And then, we would still have to kind of block people from abusing it. So it's a bit of a tricky way of being able to implement this and for people not to abuse it.
There was a question from Gman212142. Will the ships being removed get taken from my account? No. If you have them, they will stay there. Don't worry.
Yes.
Are the ships that you are removing in the update 0.10.5 going to ever come back? As we state in the update article as well, they might, but we cannot tell you when, how, and so on.
Yeah. I saw here a question from Davey asking, can I have my range back in my Thunder? No, your Thunder was too strong. That's why we had to touch it. I'm sorry. Actually, not sorry, but it needed adjustment. Dr. Mew says, "What will happen to Jersky?" I guess you mean
Shversky.
Shversky. He called him Jerky. If he's beef jerky. If he's on the Friesland when moved to the Dutch nation, more information about this will follow. I don't have that answer with me right now, but as soon as I do and we can share it with you, we'll let you know. Then, of course, there's a question about submarine CVs, something like the I-400. Not like this is something that would be possible later on. We do have now the first hybrid ship with the CV gameplay plus BB gameplay, right? Which took a very long time to be implemented with submarines. Let's get submarines right first, right? Before we talk about very special setups like hybrids in that sense. So, I hope at some point in the future, cool designs like this might make it into the game, but not in the foreseeable future. Yeah, okay. So let's maybe start the game. Somebody was asking about rank battles and whether it's possible to get into Silver League already. That is currently not possible, but I can show you how that works in-game. So let me just show my gameplay. So we are currently in Sprint 1. Everybody starts in Bronze League. And if you want to continue to the Silver League, you would have to go through the Bronze League, right? Getting all of these stars, and then you would have to enter the qualification. Once you did the qualification will happen on the setting of the next league you would want to progress in. So it's not like you progress through Bronze, you would qualify with Bronze ships. And then you wouldn't have the ships available to play actually in Silver League. So this is why there's this requirement. So you can use tier 8, tier 9 ships. And once you made the qualification, the sprint is over for you. You're basically waiting for the next sprint to unlock, and then you will start playing in Silver League. So it's not like a super smooth transition in the sense of like, hey, you can just without any kind of break in between, just level up through the leagues. No, it's actually the system with sprints. So each sprint is locked into one league that you're in, but you can qualify for the next one. And with the next sprint, you will start in the next best league if you qualified. Otherwise, you stay in your current league. That's the whole system, and I hope you like it.
Ordering. Are you going to speak about the Espadon Submarine Museum? The article, the fundraising, I got the link of the stream in the article. We had a special stream for a Submarine Espadon actually yesterday with our French community manager, Tanatoy, and the museum. So I'm afraid we cannot really tell you more than is in the article because, well, that's...
what I can tell you.
Yeah.
So, guys, if you're not aware of this, we talked about this on our longest night of museum stream, where we had the Espadon Museum, which is a submarine museum. They're currently raising funds to be able to keep that submarine, in a good state and to be able to, keep running the museum. And we partnered up with them. Actually, we contributed some money from our side, but we also wanted to just make sure that, especially French players are aware of this activity and can contribute to the cost. They're currently collecting up to 40,000 euros to be able to complete that project. And if you want to contribute, you can the best thing is just Google Espadon Museum and you will get to their page and you will be able to contribute to that.
And I will share the link to the article as well. Because it could be interesting even for some players outside of France.
It's going to be in French, so
yes.
Just make sure that you can use Google Translate, for example. But it's a really nice historical article, and I think it's always nice to be able to help these museums because we're living in very challenging times in general already with the Corona situation. But of course, museums are hit twice as hard as many others because they cannot have any visitors, and they really rely on funding to be able to keep those ships afloat.
There is a question from Kartane, or rather, we split Long Night of Museums into chapters, please.
So I still have to talk to the video team to actually have that because I agree it would be nice to have a playlist and have different segments for the different museums. But I hope we're also going to be able to have more of this kind of content in the future. I think everybody liked it from what I've seen during the stream, and we'll see whether we can do more of this.
Yes.
Will there be any more German tokens, or is that done? I'm 55 short. So I don't think there's going to be any additional German tokens to be obtained unless you're still doing the missions. But if you want to get the remaining 55 that are missing, you could buy one of the random bundles and just basically, get to the next stage. It will cost you doubloons, but the amount of, tokens we can give out for free is limited because our game is free to play, and we're trying to give you, as much as we can for free. as for example the tier 7. But if you want to go faster, because it's like something that will be available for free as soon as these ships are out of early access, it will be through random bundles.
Or alternatively, invite someone to the game through recruiting station.
Yes. You want to show us actually if people don't know how that works?
Yes. First, how to get if you already have some points in recruiting station, you can always go to Armory, and there are bundles available in the German Arc. Here, in the German Destroyer Arc, that are giving you German tokens in exchange for the recruitment points.
Exactly. So this is one way how you could make up for it. Somebody here in chat, and
I
as
saw
for the pay to win, Warm 007. Look, if you want to get your hands on content, and German destroyers are going to be a regular tech tree right in our tech tree system. So if you wait for another update, you will be able to just get it the old-fashioned way of just playing the game and getting your XP, getting your credits, and unlocking it. But the early access is one way for people to get their hands earlier on that content, which is nothing where they would, win more or anything. They just get access to this earlier. We are free to play game. If you take a look at the amount of content that is available, the amount of work we put into this game every month to provide you with new stuff, activities, new modes, keeping the game fresh, and all of this, it has to come from somewhere, right? So as generous as we are, just take a look at, for example, the daily rewards that we added to the game on top of everything else you can get for free. Some things need to be monetized so we can keep everything running here. I hope you understand this. I know everybody would love to have everything for free, but this is not how the world runs, unfortunately.
Seasclable 45 free, Taki, you stole my idea. Well, but the GR355, will we be able to get recruiting points by playing ourselves in the future? Well, if you have recruits, then you get points by playing with them. You get points yourself, but in general, it's necessary to invite someone. That's...
Yeah. Okay, then let's jump into a battle. Taki,
yes.
please invite me and select a tier, and I will pick something.
So if someone wants to join us, please shoot me a message.
Keep Chrysanthus and Taki in a job by buying premium time. Well,
yes.
It works kind of this way. A lot of you are very happy to support us, and we're very, very thankful for all of your support throughout the years. Participating first of all by playing, but also supporting us by buying premium time, buying content, ships, early access, whatever it is. We really appreciate it. I don't think we say thank you often enough, but from my side, like a big thank you. It's great to be able to work for a game like this, to have a community like you, and to be able to keep doing this for a very long time, because it's not very easy, and we're trying our very best. So thank you very much.
I just have to say I love this sunset harbor. It's so beautiful. Anyway, Vasil. Hello. Have room for one more? Yes, we do. And Vasil is playing with us quite often. So
Yes.
Pick a tier, pick a ship, and we will adjust to you, and you will have to carry us. Deal?
Stefano Boerta says, when will the Prime loot for May be available? I hope soon, TM. There should be something new coming up, but I don't have the date in the back of my head. I'm sorry. Can you give me a free Montana, please, as Emre saying on YouTube? No, you have to earn it, but the Montana is a very fun ship. So go grab it. It was actually my first tier 10 that I've unlocked in the game, so I can highly recommend it to you because it's still a beast.
So we are tier 7.
Okay. So, are we playing tier 7? Fantastic. It is a great tier to play on. The question is, what ship am I going to play? I mean, tier 7 is right now also very good because there's rank. What's going on? Go play it. It's a lot of fun.
Yes, it's fun.
Oh, I could actually play Hyuga. In the beautiful, I can actually show this on my account here, right? In the beautiful lacquer camouflage. In my favorite port, just little fjords. I feel a bit bad for the other ports, but this port has my heart and everything attached to it.
Okay, so I'm taking Haida to keep the Bliskavica company, and let's roll.
Oh, and of course, we do have Twitch drops running right now, plus the bonus code. I saw a question earlier, like, what's in there? It should be in the text up there, but it's a special mission that will give you, once you did the entire chain, German DD collection containers.
Wargaming, when you gonna release Suiza on PC? Well, with any ship that we didn't announce yet, it's always maybe, maybe not. And making new class doing a sub CV I-401. Well, we don't have normal subs yet, so submarine carrier would be even more problematic.
Slasher is asking, hey, when is full free commander reset happening again, please? So that will be happening around the time when, submarines might make it to the game. And if there is any major change to the system, I cannot give you a specific date yet, but these are like the kind of like two prime reasons for the next free reset that would be happening is any major change to the system. Or, for example, if there's a new tab for submarines, then of course, everybody needs to adjust their commanders, and then there would be a free reset. I know it's sometimes a painful experience, being there and having to reset like hundreds of commanders like I do. So we try to minimize that as much as we can, and also try to automate certain things for the average player who doesn't want to min-max every single thing. But that would be the next time. Any new maps to favor subs? So Rexfire, right now we're working on making sure that every map looks great also for submarines. That's our focus, and after that we will have new maps, but I can't give you like an exact ETA of when that would happen. When are you releasing the new line of North Macedonian super battleships? Yeah,
just after
I think not very soon.
Just after the South Macedonian supercruisers.
Yes. But we would love to call it Alexander the Great.
Why H-42 chosen for super battleship instead of H-44? Would she be too powerful? Well, she would be probably unrealistically large, and you wouldn't fit between islands. So.
Oh, and Die52 is asking, could you please include more PvE content? I can give a little bit of a sneak peek. There might be interesting news tomorrow. It's probably not what you want exactly, but there might be interesting news soon on the dev blog.
Check the dev blog tomorrow.
Oh, don't turn Miyoko. I wanted to touch your broadside.
Oh, there is a Skåne.
Yeah, let's shoot the Skåne. We have enough shells to potentially hit one or two of them. I do have a reload booster, but I'm not going to use it yet. Shells are a little bit slow on the Hyuga.
Okay, I'm going to try to spot the Skåne.
Okay, I have HE loaded. Oh wow, the Sinop already deleted a shores. Oh, there he goes.
The Miyoko is way closer than I expected. Can you touch him, please?
Okay, switching to AP. Unfortunately, I got only one hit on the DD. But if the Miyoko keeps going this way, I mean, he must have Hydro running, right? Right?
Probably.
Yeah, okay. So I'll wait for him to show me the other side. Or is he just slowing down? The good thing is I'm concealed here behind the smoke. And it gives me also quickly time to reset Mr. Conway's weird crosshair. I prefer my static one. Oh god, what? Not the static one, sorry. Sometimes I want my classic Type 2. Thank you. Okay.
Well, that was a gutsy play from the Miyoko. Respect,
Yep.
but
Double Citadel, I'm sorry. Like if you go with the Miyoko into that area, don't show that much broadside.
yes. So anyway, there's the Nagato. Those are torpedoes from the Miyoko.
Gotta be a bit careful with these big Japanese guns. I don't have these big Japanese guns. 2 battleships, that hurts.
I'm going to try to intercept the Skåne, but
Yeah, be careful though. Okay.
the Nagato is turning away.
Nice, got another Citadel. Hyuga is a very, very good ship. It's like also a very weird armor pattern.
Yes,
Very,
very layered.
very, very layered. That's a good way to describe it.
It's like onion.
Oh, and hello, nice now. You changed your name. What happened? We still know you. I hope it was a nice shot. will there be an accuracy or reload buff for Italian BBs? There was actually already a buff for Italian BBs with this update, actually, for some of them, like Vittorio Veneto or the Caracciolo. Okay, so we already have 3 citadels. I want to collect more of them. Well, I mean, on enemies, not on my side. That's not the goal. I hope we can keep the goal.
Guys, the code is working. So, in
Look,
case
if-
it's
if-
not working for you, there are basically 2 options. One, you have typed or copy-pasted the wrong version of the code. Make sure that there are no spaces and that all letters are in the right order. Or you actually already used the code from the American stream, which gives the same mission. So you already have the mission, and yeah, you don't get anything new added. Okay, the Skona is in this neck of woods, so I'm not... Oh, it's so far away. Okay, then I might be pushing for torpedoes.
Okay. Let me switch to HE so I can help you.
But I'm not going after the Skona, it's too far away. I'm...
Basil is shooting him.
Ah, okay.
That's why. What does the code give you? As it said, I can push the button again. It gives you a mission that will unlock a mission chain. And the way it works is you basically do the first part. As soon as you're done, you get a second part. Then you get a third part once you did the second part. And then at the end of the chain, you will get a...
Did the Skona beach? Oh.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, so let's...
Okay, using 1 shell here. Skona is trying to... Nice job, Basil. Okay. So I think we can switch back to AP.
Yes.
Yeah, Abby Ignatius, I know, but I can show you which mission it is. It should be the one where you have achievements or deal damage for this week. It will give you 200k credits. That one is the mission.
Okay, the enemy battleships continue running away from me, so I have actually trouble getting
I
into
thought they would be
torpedo
running
range.
away from me.
Nah, they are running away from me.
Okay.
For sure. It's, I mean, 3 battleships retreating from 1 battleship, that's not happening, right?
No. Okay, triple hit here with the guns. Very nice. You guys actually, like, the shell velocity is not the greatest, but it is actually not that inaccurate with the amount of guns you have available.
But she hits like a mule. It's...
Am I stuck here?
Are you stuck?
Apparently. I invisibly beat you. Oh, by the way, you can also switch to your perspective.
Well, I'm not really doing much. Oh,
Okay.
but the Caracciolo stuck.
Mm-hmm. See, chat already, like in-game chat is like, beaching. Let's do it this way.
It seems to be a beach party.
It's like a permanent beach. Wow, I never, this close to the island, never had this. Well, can't really dodge like this. Okay, so let's get this salvo out, and then, I don't know, maybe turning the rudder will help us get unstuck here. Usually you get automatically unstuck after a certain amount of time. Doesn't seem to be happening. The Nazi maneuver, yeah, but I didn't even hit the island. I'm a bit sad. I'll claim this is a bug, and I'll report it, or it's probably Sub-Octavian.
No, it was the Ministry of Balance. You were performing too well, so...
Yes, potentially. Look, don't blame me if that ship gets nerfed. I'm just trying to play.
Nah,
well.
that was an individual nerf. They placed island in your way.
I'm sad. This is now. I'm basically turned into a land turret. A bastion. This is bastion mode with Chrysanthus.
Yes.
I'm now the bastion of the A cap. I would love for you to fight me, but Nagato's happy to stay on this range.
I mean,
So I'll just chill here. I'm basically like a CV, becoming an airfield.
Okay, so the Akatsuki is somewhere in range.
Oh, how did I whiff that? I don't know. Yeah, on this angle, I didn't want to shoot AP because it's probably not going to penetrate too much on the Nagato. You don't have very high caliber guns here.
Yes. They are basically, they are the Fuso guns. So.
Ha!
There's the Akatsuki. Hello, Akatsuki.
We're chilling here. Try autopilot to get unstuck. Does that work? Okay, let's try.
Sometimes.
Okay, I'm setting autopilot, and let's see whether it helps.
Well, I'm playing with my hit points, but let's keep the Akatsuki lighted and...
Well, let's show you gameplay. Yours might be slightly more dynamic. Oh, we won. Okay. I just... Yeah. Still did a good job for being beached.
Any chance we ever have islands do damage to ships based on percentage of how fast they are going when they run into the island? We are not really thinking in that direction.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, so Conway, sorry, Taki, do you want to show the missions? Exactly. So this is something we can highlight to you how the whole Battle of the Beast system works. So you can see here there are several missions going on. They're actually limited in time frames. So you can see if I move here, we can talk because you're closer to the microphone.
Well, you can see for the Welthunt for this round, you have 2 million credits, which is available for 1 hour 45 minutes more. 800,000 HP to ships, which is going for another 1 hour. And 8,000 base XP, which is available for 24 minutes. Okay, I probably won't be able to make it, but let's see. And each of these missions is giving different amount of points at different stages. So let's go to the main interface of the event. Come on. Yeah, Battle of the Beasts here. Oh, we have a lot of... and thanks, Vasil, for fighting with us and for carrying us. So here you see the team progress. Here you see personal progress and the rewards for reaching the amount of points necessary. And if you switch to missions, you see actually the missions and the milestones where you are getting rewards after you reach them. So 20 points, 20 points, 20 points more, and the final 20 for a total of 80 points for this set of missions. And all missions are stepped like this. So basically you are earning the points even when you don't fulfill the entire mission.
Yeah, it's scaling, right? And you're contributing to your team's effort. I can also show this here on my side. So if you take a look at missions that were already done, right? Because every 2 hours, like new missions open up, right? You see here, for example, this mission I did in the past. You can see you get 40 points for the mission progress. But if you manage to be in the top 50% of your team, in terms of how well you contributed and how far you get additional points. So you can get actually, further ahead, help your team. So the better you play, the better for you and the team. And yeah, and this is how you collect these Beast tokens. And then if you want to redeem stuff for these Beast tokens, you can just go to the armory, right? We actually have been complimented. Nice, thank you very much. And then if you go here, for example, we have here High Seas Fleet. You see the different things you can get for the different tokens. For example, let's say I'm taking a German destroyer container. I'll just say, okay, purchase. I want to get 1. This is how you get it. Then you can just open it, and it will contain one of the collection items. So you see here, okay, cool. We got the Kriegsmarine war badges.
It looks like motor torpedo boat.
And then you go into your profile. You can go to collections. And then, for example, I already got quite a few of these German destroyers collection containers. And then you can just, hover over them if you want to get rid of the new aspect. And then you need 16 collectibles in total. And yeah, straightforward. If you want to, of course, unlock one of these, it's a ratio 4:1 for duplicates to a non-duplicate. So it should be doable if you play halfway in an active way. Oh, and hello, Mighty Jingles. Didn't even see you.
And there are questions about the operations. So as we already said earlier, we are checking the stuff. We definitely did not do any changes to the game, so we are checking what's happening.
Yes. Cool. Okay, then chat, let us know which tier we should play next, and then we'll do this. In the meantime, we'll also try to answer some questions. YouTube wants me to play Yamato. I'm happy to play Yamato. It's a very nice ship.
Sent invite to another player who poked me, but he's not accepting so far. So, I mean, we can switch to tier 10.
Dukerum says, are there any new free XP ships or coal ships coming in the near future? So none of the ships were announced. In terms of free XP, I don't know that anything is coming very soon. In terms of coal ships, I think there might be something coming soon. I mean, the Immelmann was added pretty recently for coal, right? So if that is something that, floats your boat or your plane in that sense, you can get the Immelmann, but I'm sure there will be new coal ships in the foreseeable future. And Frankenfurt is asking, why end these fantasy missions so early? There are a lot of players who not have time to play all day. But that's the thing. Like if you go to the Battle of Beasts interface, right? So you can see the missions here. There are missions available up until like 8 hours. We just have like a short window of time throughout the night where not a lot of people are active, to avoid any shenanigans where they are not available. But you will see, for example, here these missions are going to be available. Starts in 20 minutes, in an hour, in 2 hours, and so on. And then you just play, and you will get progress here. And in terms of how far you get, depends on how well you play, right? And if it's not counted towards this mission, it will be counted towards the next mission, right? If that mission ends, and then you will get here. And as you can see, the scaling is in the way that you have 80k for the first, 200k for the second, 400k for the third, and then 800k for the fourth. So it's kind of scaling up. So it's pretty easy to get the first one, and the second one, getting to the third and fourth is going to be more difficult. So I think that scaling is also very nice for players who don't have that much time, that you don't have to do the similar steps, but you actually have easier first steps, and then it gets consecutively harder. Oh, here's a perfect question for you, Taki, by the way.
Give me a second. I'm administering the division. So it seems that Tagilice did not join us yet, so I'm inviting a replacement.
Rear Admiral Toaster win. Yeah, look, I'll do my best to get some Toaster content into this game after the stream. I will do my best. But you also have to be aware of how development works. It's not like something where we can go to development and say like, hey guys, we had a fun stream yesterday. Can we have this tomorrow? But it will take months to be able to get it into the game. So that's just the way it is. I know it's also sometimes maybe a bit like it's hard to keep track of all of the things that you, for example, share in feedback and the way we work with it, because some things are harder to implement than others. But that's why it usually takes several weeks at least to make a change to the game, because our whole schedule is based on that fact, right? That we do the development, then we freeze it. It goes through QA, right? Making sure everything is working, everything is not broken, there are no bugs, everything is fine as is. Then it goes live, and then we see, okay, there's maybe a potential balancing issue or something else, and we need to tweak it, and then it goes into that cycle of development and will be available in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 updates whatsoever. It's also part of the reason why it took quite a bit of time to adjust the Deadeye skill, but I hope you're happy with the change that we've made, and there will be more changes.
Mr. Chrysanthos, for one, choose the Yamato.
Choose the Yamato. Okay, that's a very, very strong.
Well, you said you
suggestion. Yeah, I'm happy
you
to.
were challenged.
I love playing the Yamato.
And second, there's a question directly for you from Painzor. So, have you done anything with those giant googly eyes I sent you yet?
So, Painzor, it pains me to say this, but look, I wanted to use them at home because here it will be a mess to get them off the green screen. So. Once I'll be streaming from home, which is going to be one of the next streams, not next week, but maybe the week after, I can do this from home. I will put them on the wall. I cannot put them there right now because otherwise my girlfriend is going to kill me for having googly eyes for several weeks in the living room. But yes, we will do this. But unfortunately, as you know, the last few weeks were quite busy with streaming, having King of the Sea, having King of the Sea Internationals, having the longest night of museums. So my time is unfortunately limited to a certain degree.
Codex, you mentioned that there is a Imperial War Flag in the article, and you are asking how to get it. Well, that's easy. Well, it's hiding in the Yetland containers.
Okay, let me actually go for... Let's go for this setup. Thank you. Sorry, I just had to respec my commander because I did have Deadeye on the end.
Apparently you are not to beach again.
I'll try my very best. That's as much as I can say. But look, I was very far away from the island. In my defense, I think I didn't expect to beach there. But there was a question that I wanted to ask you because Hetman Mazeppa was asking when will the new Armchair Admiral stream be and what will be the subject?
It will be on the 31st, on Monday, last Monday of the month. And the subject will be, since we have a lot of Battle of Jutland coverage, it will be the Battle of Jutland.
Nice. Povich is asking, where's that page you showed earlier with the Dutch ships, etc.? So there are two pages. If you go to the patch notes, the update information on the portal, you can find the names of the ship there. But if you want to see the assets, like the pictures, go to the development blog and just scroll down a bit. It was, I think, 4 weeks ago, roughly, when we posted this.
And I was challenged to play Shimakaze, so I hope that my Shimakaze was ready for battle. Because I didn't really check anything, I just switched the ships and jumped into it. So,
skills dispersion. Now battleships have 1 kilometer dispersion. Well, Stan Bogdan, it's not that easy always. To find the balance. We had a skill that improved dispersion, but it was too strong, and also we saw all of the feedback around the topic, so we decided to remove it. And the question is how to give a dispersion buff without encouraging this kind of gameplay. We can, of course, think about a skill, and maybe something like this might come in the future, but for now we decided to go with a different approach.
Hetman Mazeppa, it will be the David Beatty Celebrity Roast. Great. Yes, it probably will be. Our guests love to do some Beatty bashing, so... And it's deserved. That's if you wonder why, just watch the stream.
Okay. Still no Twitch containers. Well, you need to relog into the game if you're currently logged in. You need to claim it first, so Twitch Drops Guide. The simple edition with Crescendos. It's easy. First of all, you log your link your account in the Wargaming account management with your Twitch account. Then you watch for X amount of minutes as it's needed. Then you click the claim button, and then you need to log into the game. If you're already logged into the game, relog into the game. That's it. That's how you get it. Let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot.
There's another Yamato.
Can we get a hit on that Neptune? I think not. I think not. I mean, I would love to, but I don't think so. He turned away.
Come on, fighters, go away. Ich sehe tote Schiffe. Does that mean I see dead ships?
Mm-hmm. Kentucky is almost German by now. Yeah, Nacho. Look, the thing is that I verify the Twitch drops. We had an issue 2 weeks ago with the Twitch drops where it was actually tied to the notification you would get. That it kind of stopped the Twitch container to be delivered, but it was fixed after like a day. And once we found the problem. But now they're working. So if you have any issues, please let us know. But make sure you follow the steps that I've told you.
Okay, there is a DD capping, so I'll try some speculative torpedo carpet. Which probably will not amount to anything, but it might at least make him nervous. And it would be probably what? The kid is there, so it's... the Akizuki. Oh.
Okay, let's see whether we can get any hits here. No, unfortunately not. Switching back to you.
Well, I am not doing really anything much interesting here and exciting. I'm just blocking the cap. And reinforcing the other flank because they have no DD.
I hope we can get that DD. Oh, very nicely done.
Nice.
He might get 1 or 2 torps on me, but I'm a Yamato. I can take it.
You can afford it?
Yes, I can. And, I get a Citadel in return on the Ibuki. So yeah, let's maybe switch here. Will Agincourt be available to buy later in the year? Potentially.
Yes.
Oh, did he lose his engine? I think he might have. Okay, Ibuki might be out of the game. Can we? Okay, okay. 104. Oh, is he able to get out of this? No, lightning got him. Nice. Okay, then we will have to push into B and just win it there. Looks good so far.
Yeah, I'm not really pushing towards A, so I'll rejoin you at B.
When are you planning to release the Twitch Prime drop this month? I can't tell you yet. I honestly don't know, but it should be happening. Okay, we will be in range at some point.
Oh, there's a Missouri on your flag.
Aw. Too bad. Oh, by the way, since people are still looking for the toaster, you can find the clip. I created a clip for it, so it's easier to find. You don't have to go through the WOT for this one. Let me find the question. Are trees green? Yes, the answer is yes. For most of the trees. At least.
Yeah, most of the trees, most of the year. At least around here.
Oh, it's a lot of torpedoes here for average.
That would be...
Oh, there's a minnow.
Yeah, that would be the minnow. Neptune is gone, so there's Akizuki here and Kid somewhere here.
Actually shot down a plane.
Oh, Akizuki is down there, so I can push into the cap.
Okay, you gotta believe. You gotta believe in that salvo, chat. I'll switch over to Taki in the meantime.
I'm
No, nothing's happening. Maybe we can get hits. It's perfect when you see a minnow right before the smoke conceals him and he's slowing down, and you know that it's probably going to be a nice hit.
I think that's also what happened to the Neptune.
Sorry, he's turning away. Okay. Why no tier 10 for console? Because console has a different concept for the different tiers. It's it's a similar game, but it's not the same game. But feel free to swing by our console streams.
Yes.
They have a lot of interesting facts for you, and of course, also very cool community managers to answer all of your questions in the best way they can. Okay, I think the minnow is angry at me. Now let's see, Minnow, you're shooting from here-ish. Did you even move? Let's see. But I think we'll just push through here. Ah, he reversed, okay. So Taki, oh, I can see potentially more action on your screen than on my screen.
Well, it's anti-aircraft action, so...
Well, you're Shima, so not that much.
Well, Shima has a... Well...
Okay, that Missouri. Okay, I think you're pretty much here-ish. Let's see. Let's see. Then we'll just push through here. Can we get hits? No. Unfortunately not. Does Yamato eat toast? That's a question for the Yamato Museum. I think we'll have to ask.
Okay, the Moskva lighted me up, but...
Oh, that bit is making me pay for the Citadel. But it gives me... Now I'm in a good position to shoot all of the guys in that camp.
Ah, okay, the radar ran out, so... But my torpedoes probably will not connect. Ah, they might. Yes. See, Moskva, that's what you get for radaring
Somebody
me.
got a really nice salvo into the Thunderer. Okay, let's keep moving. Mr. Conway doesn't need sleep, he was just pretending. I mean, that stream was really long. Like really long, and like Mr. Conway deserves a lot of props for it, because like he's been preparing all of this. He has been in contact with the museums, making sure everybody is on board, everybody has the correct assets, and everything is going to run smoothly. And then he was sitting here for like 17, 18 hours to do the stream. So if you see Mr. Conway, give him some love. He's put in a lot of effort for a really cool stream, and if you liked it, just let him know. Did he recover? Yes, he was actually streaming in German earlier today, but we tried to.
He's still alive.
Shift it around a bit after the crazy stream we had. So he was doing the German part with Zehales. I'm doing the English part together with Taki here, so that we don't lose our sanity or what's left of it.
Okay, I see where the kid is hiding. Yamato is out of range. This is like annoying thing about this game is that everyone is kind of outside my.
Oh, they have action. Unfortunately,
Yes.
I cannot help you right now. We need more. I mean, we'll try. We'll try to get more, but it takes quite a bit of time to prepare it. But I think now that we also know that you guys really enjoy it, we'll try to get more ideas. Oh, come on, Iggy. Why do you need to touch my butt? I'm a bit stuck here, but we'll watch your. Actually, we can do this. Bam. Nice. The kid is going down.
Yes.
Nice. Good job. Good job, Taki.
Well, it's. I got help.
Yeah, but still, you can use your guns with the shimmer. They actually hurt quite a bit.
They do, but still, I mean, I don't have really that much direct damage in this game. I was mostly spotting and blocking, but.
Like the farming me is okay, but you didn't really do much for the game. I'll take it. Ding, 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 ding,
Patrick
ding.
Costner, wrong idea to drop the torpedoes on destroyer. He's gonna, I guess, avoid. Well, yeah, they generally tend to evade, even though if they don't manage to do it, then it's one shot with the Shima torpedoes. And most of all, they have to dodge. So, for example, for a while there, he wasn't able to bring all his guns to bear, and he had to maneuver in a way that was not really suitable for him. And besides, if I have the torpedoes and there is no other target in range, why not launch them? It's not like I have to pay for them, right?
There was one thing I really love to hear. When we had the Småland Museum, the Maritiman together with the actual Småland ship, and there were questions about like the torpedoes because I didn't know how massive they are in terms of like 1.6, 1.7 tons. And people were asking like, so what's the reload rate? It's like there's no reload. This is all we have. It's basically we can shoot oneself. I have maybe one or two additional torpedoes, but otherwise we don't have the space for this.
Yeah, that's actually something that you see a lot of in descriptions of actions, especially of non-Japanese destroyers. That quite often the launches were like one torpedo per launcher, two torpedoes per launcher, because there were no reloads. The Japanese went the other way. Their initial doctrine was to launch one launcher, then second launcher, like half torpedoes, then reload. But then they switched it to just launch everything, reload, launch everything.
Yep. Oh, wait, did we? Oh, nice. Oh, the Lightning got a really good game.
Yeah.
As the tier 8, I always love to give out a +1. Also for the Graf Zeppelin, doing a great job spotting the DDs and helping us.
So I will thank our division mate for helping us with the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm removing him from the division because I will be inviting a next one.
Oh, by the way, so
Clef Ender, who expressed a wish to play a tier 9.
Clef Andrew, I know you enjoyed the stream very much with the toaster. I know you're one of the big toaster fans. You should maybe rename yourself. So I wanted to show. So this is the mission we've been talking about that you can find if you get this bonus code and redeem it. You will get a mission where you will have to either deal damage or earn achievements, and then it will unlock a next mission. The final mission will then have a German DD collection containers, and each week you will get a new mission chain. How about you play next round of the USS Iowa? Why not? Why not? Happy to. I can also play the Missouri. Make achievements great again. Well, I mean, Hunter, I understand what you mean, but it's kind of like a trade-off, right? Now with the new system, you will have a more consistent way of getting the rewards in terms of signal flags through the containers, right? On the other hand, it's not directly tied to the achievement anymore. You still get the achievements, I understand, but this was the change that we made right now. We'll see what we can do in the future to improve them.
Amunra, as much as over, I ask again, why are rewards for operations nearly halved? Again, please, guys, if you ask us the same question several times in a stream, we won't give you a different answer. Sorry.
Yeah.
We are looking into it. We definitely did not intend to do anything with the operations reward, so we are checking if there is something right or if there is something wrong, and we will look into it. But yeah, please bear in mind that especially if it's something that's concerning the deeper doings of the game, we usually cannot find if there is everything all right, like within a few hours or a few minutes. So we are looking into it, and we will let you know.
Isn't she beautiful?
Oh,
We should suggest that, you know, to the to the museums. Why don't you paint it gold?
so Ender is taking black. You are taking the Iowa.
Yes, I'm taking Missouri. So
Oh, Missouri. In that case, I will take Östergötland.
Gabriel du 34FR is asking for the question for the developers: are French CVs planned, like the Tourneville or the Béarn? Because Germans get a CV line while they never had a CV in action, so maybe French will have it. Maybe. I hope, you know, that at some point we will be able to potentially have French CVs in the game, right? We already have like full tech trees or branches within the tech tree for DDs, for cruisers, for battleships. So we might have that in the future, but it's not happening in, you know, the near future. So give us a bit of time and we might get them into the game. Like I don't want to make, you know, promises we cannot keep. I think, you know, at some point we might. It's just not more of like midterm future than close future. She's very beautiful, Patrick. I fully agree. Thank you for taking my idea. Look, chat, we try to, you know, interact as much as we can with you here. You see how many questions we're trying to answer and how many different topics we're trying to address. We're also asking you like, hey, what ships do you want us to play? And then we'll try to do that. Any news about the next steel ship removal? No. Nothing planned, at least right now, in terms of removal.
Anton van Beek, where are Dutch ships? Dutch ships are in development, and you will be able to see them probably in some battles throughout the update, because they will be going into the live server testing by our super testers and other sorts of volunteers, and obviously wargaming staff as well.
Is the black ever coming back to buy? So, Burks, I know like we get a lot of questions. I'll see whether we can get a better answer for one of the next streams. But what we said initially is that the black is basically blocked for 6 months after removal before it could be brought back for coal, which doesn't mean that, you know, it will be brought back for coal. We have the option. Maybe we will take it at some point, but at least not planned right now. So maybe, but that's the best answer I can give you. Sorry. Will the rewards for guessing the COTS finalist be sent? When? So Flippy leads. We were quite busy this week, you know, with the longest night of museums, especially Conway and me, Monday, Tuesday. And then I dared to take a day off. So I know that Conway
Who approved this?
pulled the winners today. So I think maybe if you get lucky, you might get them tomorrow. Otherwise, you get them early next week. Smalland B in Halloween containers. Well, if Smalland B would be in anything, it would be in black containers. But I don't think so. But we'll see. I don't know which ships might be available in beautiful black this year. So actually, this is something I should check internally.
FH Freeman 79, the people in charge of World of Warships. 1379 base XP at 48% win rate. How can it be that there are people with a 54% win rate in around 10,000 battles who only have an average of 1,100 XP? Well, that depends a lot on the player and also on what tiers he plays. If the player is, for example, like me, that he enjoys playing mid-tiers more than the high tiers, then mid-tiers generally carry lower XP rewards. So
it's also a matter of like some players are better, some players are worse, right? So even a player with a lot of, you know, battles might just not be, you know, as talented or didn't spend as much time as other.
Well, I mean,
to get better.
In this example, the lower average XP player has a higher win rate.
Okay.
So
I didn't.
So yeah, it's generally always individual, always a matter of the playstyle as well. I mean, you can see a lot of people with a high... Oh, I'm radared. Ah, yeah, the Donskoy triggered it already. With a high damage count and not that impressive win rate, for example, because if you choose to, for example, farm damage instead of pushing, then you get one stat and you lose on the other, so...
Okay, chat, I need you to believe in this beautiful salvo. Can we touch Citadel? No, cannot. Chat, you didn't believe strong enough. I'm disappointed in you and in my dispersion. When will Essex and Taiho come back, is Ovidelo asking. Well, we do have a plan for them, because we want to make these CVs come back at some point, but we have a plan for making them kind of like support CVs. But how that will look like in detail hasn't been really like
we have a
finalized
wild
yet. So this is
Pommern.
more of like midterm, long-term future, I guess. than
And we have a
anything-
Donskoy. If you
Yeah,
can
he's unfortunately
realistically...
behind the island.
No.
Like I
Okay.
put 10k into the Pommern, and then we'll have to do something about the Donskoy. He unfortunately knows where I am, and I missed my shot with the full broadside that he gave to me.
Remember, Chrysanthos, don't show your sight with the Missouri. She's not heavy armored.
Yes, that is absolutely correct, and I agree. I'm trying not to, but I'm also trying to get all of my turrets on target. So we get 2 hits on the DD. Clef, I hope that helps you.
Oh, there's the Benham.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't want to eat the Benham torpedoes. Benham is a very, very strong DD. Any plans to add more Latin American ships? Gamers come maybe in the future. Like, we try to have as many ships as possible in the game. I'm also from Latin America at some point, so I think there's a chance. Which ones and how many is a different question. Is
I realize that we
I-100
are
going to be a
playing
thing? What's the
split screen.
I-100? I thought the I-400 was the
Well,
hybrid ship.
I-400 was the hybrid ship. I-100 was... I don't know, actually. Which
Oh
one
wow,
that was.
that's something I haven't heard from Taki in a long time. Is about historical aspects. I don't know because
come on, there was
I
a-
usually see like the questions about the I-400 because I know that was the hybrid submarine with a plane inside
Yeah.
to bomb the Panama Canal, right?
Yep. Yeah, I-400... I-100, I will have to check.
I will have to check. Please bring back operations. There are lots of us to play them alone or with friends. So Stahl Rim Harpoon. I know that a lot of you like them, right? The problem is that a lot of other people like other stuff more in the game. Right now, we are focused, especially with working on submarines and some additional modes, that we only have a limited amount of development time available. So we kind of have to prioritize what are we going to, bring to the game next. And that's not something we're working on right now. But maybe mid-term future, there might be more content in that area. But I just don't want to sit here and tell you, yes, of course, we're going to work it. Thank you for your feedback. I know the reality of the development. And I just know that this is something that won't be coming anytime soon. So I don't want to give you wrong hopes. It's just a fact of that not a lot of people are playing operations on a regular basis for various reasons, right? It was also the case when it came out. I don't want to get into this 5-minute talk about operations and why they're not played. But I hope that at some point there will be more content for this. What I can tease, there's going to be news soon on the dev blog about a new thing that might be happening that was already tested before. So I hope that's at least going to make you a bit happy. Okay, let's actually use my radar and see where you are coming around the corner. Hello. Can we get a nice salvo in here? Angle was too steep, unfortunately, already. But Friedrich der Große is going to have a fun time here with secondaries and having a better
I
broadside.
think so. Yeah, and there's the Benham.
If you already finished a collection like the King of the Sea collection, for each additional collectible that you're getting, you get 15,000 credits. Just, like for any other collection. Oh, whose shells are going to land first? The Alaskans. Okay, we did lose a few ships, but at least it looks like we
If you can,
are having a higher, better.
If you can inconvenience this Alaska, it would be mostly...
I'm working my way over to you.
I landed some hits on the Pommern, so he could be...
Fortunately, behind the island. Actually, I'll switch to your perspective. There's a bit more action going on. can we swap ships between players? No, Black Wolf. That's kind of against the system of our game. So not planned right now, at least. Do we have any? Do you have any plans about bringing back Cherry Blossom? So it's still on our to-do list, but not anytime soon,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
as we mentioned, unfortunately, the operations are not that high.
We need toaster mission, like boat, like toaster. They shoot toast out. Okay. Look, I love the whole toaster meme, and we'll try to get something. I'm not sure what it will be. I am not sure, guys. But I think we all love toasters. We love toast, and let's get there.
Why do you love silence?
Well, they were pretty cool. They had pretty good stars. Not battle stars, but still.
Base stars.
Base stars, exactly.
Okay, the Alaska should be now showing you all sorts of broadside.
Thank you. I actually didn't notice. So, Captain Nemo, can I touch your broadside? I'm not sure that the angle is going to be enough.
Bomber is down.
Nice, good job.
Well, not mine doing, but
Well, team effort.
FDG.
Good. Well, I'm a huge sucker for
But,
Battlestar
but yeah,
Galactica,
we
so
are-
I
we
would
are
love to
kind
see
of-
toasters in any form of way in the game.
We are kind of losing.
Yeah, but we still have a chance of winning this. So you gotta believe, Taki. Gotta believe. He's turning away. And you both are DD, so we need to deal with the Benham, and I'll try my best with the Alaska, but he knows how to angle his Alaska. Could you add the commander Chrysanthus and Mr. Conway? Maybe at some point, maybe, guys. Oh, come on, be greedy. Actually, is the DD close by? No, right? Okay, just had to check.
Nah, he's...
Oh, that was close. Okay, you should be able to cap B.
The black is going
Yeah,
there.
that's-
I'm...
Yeah, I mean the two of you in the
yeah,
division.
I'm trying to keep an eye on Alaska while staying far enough from the radar range.
Yeah, I will need
but-
your help to help me with the Benham. Otherwise, you're not going to have a battleship here for long. I think he's on the side of Friedrich der Große, though.
Yeah, that's... Like, we really need to start pushing for the caps, so...
Yeah, I'll try to help you with the Drake over there. Because the Alaska is going to keep the angle.
Ah, there's Benham.
Oh, can we touch? Hashtag toast flag or uninstall. Please don't uninstall. But we'll do our best to.
Any chance for lightly toasted permanent camo in the near future? You can get lightly toasted temporary camo by just getting set on fire throughout the game.
My problem is usually not the lightly toasted, but
Yeah,
the very strongly toasted.
The crispy.
Yeah, super crispy chrysanthus. Oh man, this is gonna be tough here. I hope the Riga can punish the Drake broadside. Maybe make him turn.
Oh, there's a
Oh
Missouri.
no, there's a Missouri. No, and I'm fully broadsided. Don't touch my broadside, please. Thank you. And there's a Jutland coming. Okay, I wish I could help with that cap. But unfortunately, I have to angle against these guys.
Oh, we will try to annoy them with torpedoes, but you know the drill.
Okay, I have 4 ships aiming at me.
And I'm radared. Missouri turned on. I'll get into the cover, but
Oh no, Drake got clef, unfortunately.
yeah.
It looks like a very strong uphill battle here.
Yeah,
I'm usually quite optimistic, that every battle can be won, but this one looks very challenging.
Yeah, we lost too much time with the A.
Silence included. I wish, man, I wish. Okay, let's see whether the Benham is in range. There we go, he is in range of my radar. can we get him? Can we get him? Can we get him? You can do it. I believe in your secondaries, Friedrich. I believe in your secondaries. Nice, good job. See, radar paid off.
Yeah.
Can I touch that Neptune? No. How are you faring over there?
Well, very badly because I mean,
What I wanted to hear is like I'm feasting on the enemy's ship
no,
with my
they
torpedoes.
they were pushing very well. They like basically I had no good angles on them, especially since they chased me away with the radar.
Oh god, what a good dodge! I should have switched camera here to show you my amazing dodge.
Can you blood the Neptune?
Well, if he depending on how greedy he is, I might. Somebody just. Oh no, it's not the best idea. I got an overpen, but maybe with the next cell. Just promise I have to angle against all the things.
He's chasing me pretty well.
He's smoking and I don't have radar available anymore, but I'll try to... Maybe I can touch his butts.
Oh, he beached, yeah.
Okay, it's one citadel. Maybe I can get more. 3 penetrations, so unfortunately not the amount of damage I was looking for. And watch out, the Missouri is gonna probably radar you, and I'll try to get...
Missouri is probably still run out of radar, but... Oh, Citadel. Keep them coming.
Can I heal? 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 Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. No. Ah, we tried. We tried.
Oh, I get double strike.
Oh, and hello, Master Arne. Thank you for your continuous flow of compliments. So I can only show you this sad Missouri that did 110k damage and tanked 2 million, but
Jonah I, any buffs to German BBs? They are unplayable. I think that the Friedrich del Grosse shown that they are quite playable.
They are not. Like, I understand if you say like, hey, you know, I would like to my German BBs to be strong in a certain aspect, like for example having more accurate secondaries or having more accurate main batteries, but German battleships are absolutely fine. They're not the strongest, they're not the weakest. They offer a specific playstyle that not many other battleships can bring you, and you need to be in a specific situation to get the most out of secondaries. But you know, German BBs are not bad. And you know, if you, like, you know, also like from my point of view, like you don't really help yourself with making such a statement, because if you come in here and say like, you know, a ship is #unplayable, we know it's not the case. So you're kind of devaluing your own feedback. If you come in here and say like, hey guys, you know, I like playing German battleships, but what I don't like about them is X, Y, Z. Or I would love to see an improvement in that area. Then that is something...
The Drake will probably Drake me.
Oh, he will absolutely feast upon you.
Yeah.
But he can sit it down.
Not at this angle.
Nah, not at this angle, yeah. But, so, like, be constructive. Give constructive feedback. It's much more valuable than just, you know, ranting at something. Because the rant won't really change anything.
Yeah, that's it. I tried.
Yeah.
When will you nerf all HE shells? When you suggest what shall we buff to compensate the ships that use HE?
Oh, we actually did the earn 2 million. Oh, yeah, I played. Sorry. So I did the mission. It's just wondering, like, I did this mission very quickly here with the 2 million credits, but then I realized I played the Missouri.
If the German BBs are balanced, then why nobody in COTS actually played them? Because COTS and similar things are generally not really friendly to all-rounders.
Yes.
You always can see the teams trying to min-max certain aspects. Min-max ships that are best in something, even if they are worst in something else. That's simply the way how the competitive meta usually works. So it's not only German ships that are generally not picked for competitive, and in general you can see that it's not the all-rounders.
Yeah, the thing is that, you know, in especially in competitive, even in ranked, you know, actually in ranked I saw a lot of German battleships, you know, in the last season, plenty of ships. The thing is that, like the more competitive the mode, the more targeted the ship picks in what you want to achieve. And like one of the main reasons why you wouldn't see something like a Kurfürst is because you wouldn't get into a range without getting heavily punished for it, where the Kurfürst could potentially shine. And you have other ships that have, for example, bigger caliber guns that are necessary if you want to play against very well-angled cruisers with the plating you want to penetrate. So there are specific reasons why teams pick specific ships, and that really depends on the map, for example. In King of the Sea, teams are able to pick specifically based on maps. While in clan battles, for example, you would have to have like a competitive setup, and that would work on several maps. But even then, you look for very specific things to achieve specific other things. So, there's a reason why certain ships get picked, and while certain ships don't get picked. I understand, like with the Kurfürst, that I would love to see it also more in competitive, but at least with the kind of things that it does well and things that it doesn't do well, it doesn't really fit into competitive.
And
you might disagree with my analysis, but talk to competitive teams and ask them, for example, like, why do you pick certain ships? And they will give you precise reasoning why they go for certain ships and why they don't go for other ships. I'm sorry, I slapped the microphone.
Wow, you got so... can you ping the code?
Oh, yes, absolutely. So this is the code that you're looking for if you want to get additional German DD collection containers.
And I will once again share the link to the update survey. What shall we play? I mean, our it's the Fun Police suggested Tier 8 carrier, so I mean... Go for it.
Okay, sure. Would it be able to give the legendary commander of the German the point that he increases the aim of secondaries by 40 or 45% instead of 35%? Maybe that might be something we could do. We might also buff the secondary skills in the future, but at least we didn't do it in the first iteration.
Okay, so I'm again taking DD.
And RFL Resno?
Pick a ship.
Tier 8, okay, sure. Okay, I can pick I can pick a German battleship.
Will the Agincourt be nerfed? Well, if she needs it.
The Agincourt?
Yeah. I mean...
we can play her. So we can actually play her.
Well,
she was, in my opinion, she was actually too strong when I tested her for the first time, because the amount of shells he can put out there is very, very, very strong.
Well, we have next in line, we have Hapafodder, so we can invite him for the
Hapafodder.
Final show of the evening,
Yeah,
Triple Agincourt Division or something.
Let's just do this.
Code doesn't work on my server.
What server are you on? Because it should work on EU, on Asia, and on NA. And
Yes.
what it does, it will give you a mission. I hope I haven't done it already, so it will still be visible here. But let's move over here. Actually, it should be in combat. And yeah, it's actually this mission here. So either deal damage or earn achievements.
Okay, so we are ready. So let's go to battle. Please, when are the British battlecruisers coming in? We want the class of battlecruisers. Well, as a class, I cannot tell, but just recently on the dev blog, we announced a tier 6 British battlecruiser, the Repulse. So at least one battlecruiser is for sure coming pretty soon.
Yeah. Look, if you want to make sure you got the mission, just check in your combat mission tab whether there's a mission that is either based on achievements or as a secondary option, because we wanted to include co-op battles. We got a lot of feedback for the last missions that we did in that style that, either the scores were too high in terms of the base XP, or you couldn't be doing them in the co-op mode, for example. So we added both of these aspects. You can either have a really good match and earn achievements, or you can just deal damage and you can collect it even in co-op. So you have these two conditions, and each week the conditions are different.
Dark Edge 361. No, you announced a battleship. When will we get a battlecruiser class? Well, it's basically like with the light and heavy cruisers, right? It's like cruiser is a cruiser, and super cruisers and armored cruisers and protected cruisers. Cruiser is a cruiser. Battlecruisers are generally both battleship caliber guns on a very big ship with a lot of HP. So it doesn't really make that much. Like there is not really that much need to split them in a separate a completely separate class.
SLA collaboration when? Yes.
Especially since the battle cruisers kind of gravitated anyway to become heavier and better armored until they basically morphed into large, fast battleships. Like basically take HMS Hood that had almost the same armor protection like the Queen Elizabeth class battleships, just quite heavier.
50 Hertz Gaming TV is asking, why is the drop system changed, forcing people to watch streamers you don't enjoy? I mean, we have the general Twitch drops that are available to every single streamer who is streaming World of Warships. We don't limit that at all. And then we have a special campaign sometimes, as we do right now with the Battle of the Beasts campaign, where we're just trying to do something cool with our contributors, and our contributors were able to sign up for it and pick a week. Each week there will be a different set of streamers. If you don't like that, you can watch on the official channel, but sometimes we'll just have, like different campaigns to, try different things. But the general missions and the general Twitch containers are available on any channel that's streaming World of Warships and has Twitch drops enabled. So let's see. We have a lot of German BBs actually in this match.
For the card event, how about let the individual players choose the class, tier, and consumables to build a ship from scratch? That would be kind of tricky because that would require a lot of artwork and 3D models and balancing, and basically we would have to introduce several ships at once with the necessary characteristics and stuff. So we prefer to have dockyards one after another, and we already had cruisers, we had battleships, we had destroyer, we still have a destroyer. So like we try to maintain a ship variety in the dockyard as well.
Yeah,
Okay,
the thing is that you're probably not aware of the amount of effort that goes into turning a ship into a dockyard and building it that way. It's a lot of time that goes into it. So it's not like we can just switch it on the fly. There's a reason why we only do them every few months, because it takes a lot of development time to build them like this. Okay, organizer, please turn. Thank you. So we do have 4 DDs. Set 31, set 23. Oh, all of the sets. This is like a German match.
The new German DD, there is only smoke and nothing else, hydro or boost. Why is this good? Well, they are different. They are more like kind of very light cruisers without citadel than the traditional DDs. They have large guns, they have defensive AA, and they have smoke. So
And they're very accurate, actually.
yes,
That's something,
very
like-
accurate and with very good AP. So they are, basically they are not a traditional DD in the like classical cap contesting sense. So they have tools that they need for like their role.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, do you want some help with the planes?
Always, but I'm not sure whether you're in range to help me with the implacable. Oh, there's the set.
I don't have. With their implacable. Well, I did at some, and there's the Z. Yes.
Okay, one is okay. When will be scenarios variety, not ships? I don't
There
know
is a
what you-
Z39 as well.
Mhm.
Oh crap!
Can you get away?
No.
You can, I believe.
No.
I believe. Just
I-
believe.
I went too much to the middle and I didn't notice that everyone was behind the rock, so... Okay, I managed to get away, okay.
You're like Conway's, like, I'm dead. But with you, I could see, like, running into 2 DDs backed up by the Irian. It's not really the combination you want to see. Okay, gotta be, like, I'm trying to be a bit careful because I don't want to run into double DDs plus the Irian. EU Ragnar DD, when and how can we get it? That is a TBD. For now, it's mostly about we wanted to, let you know that we're doing this, and the ship is coming, because we like to keep you. Oh, should have had him selected. Oh, still got 3 hits out of it. So yeah, we do like to keep you informed about things that are happening in the game and ships that are coming. But in terms of like When exactly depends a lot on how the balancing is going, right? And what resource is also not always finalized right at the beginning, but rather we work on it and then we decide at some point what resource it would be good for. Oh, can you hydro him?
Nah, he's too far away from
No,
the
no,
Bismarck.
I mean the Bismarck that is right in front of me.
No, he's still too far away from the Bismarck, but at least the torpedoes are...
There he is.
Ah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Okay, can we get some hits here? Wait, actually, we should probably do this. Yeah, so far, I mean, I got quite a bit of hits on the DD. 7 in
Nice.
total. So hopefully my secondaries can help me with this. Oh, CD. Good job, CD. Then there's the next set.
39. And I managed to heal a bit, so I'm not as dead as I used to be.
Yeah, that's a really good skill to have, or a tool to have with the European DDs.
So first of all, let's try to send some fish to the Richelieu.
39.
Yes.
Oh, no, he's dodging well. Watch out, CV's coming in again. My best to help. Don't have very strong AA though.
Okay, there's the Gneiser now, there's the Irian.
And the Irian might be problematic. Oh, there's the CV. Nice.
Yes.
Irian knows how to angle. Okay, we'll let the secondaries work on the Richelieu. Batteries didn't do so well against the CV. And then we'll push him out with torps. That's the plan, at least.
I'll try to send some fishes to the Gneiser now.
Yeah, Richelieu will not
he's-
have a very
He's
fun
turning,
match
he's turned, so my torpedoes were wasted, but... Yeah, I have actually 0 damage in this game.
here. Well, I'm
so
sitting
far.
at 40k, not great, not terrible right now, but I did quite a bit of damage to DD, so I'm quite happy with this. I mean, with the hashtag completely unplayable German battleships, as you can see, nothing is happening. It's just, you know, like, to be able to use secondaries, you need to be in a specific position, and sometimes it costs you a lot to get into that position, so just have to be aware of that. Okay.
Oh, Richelieu, go away.
I would love to touch that Irian. Can we though? I'm not so sure. Okay, Richelieu is down. And then we'll put some pressure on their camp, and secondaries go wild on the Gneiser.
Oh, what are those torpedoes coming from the other side? There's the other
Two.
DD.
2 questions for Chrysanthus. You sound a bit German. Are you German? For how long do you play World of Warships? So
For how long have you been German?
So I have been German all my life. I have to admit that. No, it's like I'm German. I'm actually from South Germany, and I have been playing World of Warships since the closed beta. So I've been playing for, well, I mean, it's now how many years? 6 years, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
I started playing end of April 2015. I think I have like, my profile says I think like 15,000 battles under my belt. It's not counting test trips. I think the value is probably significantly higher. Probably like approaching 20k battles in this game. But this is why, like, I personally do have strong opinions about ships because I've played the game for a very long time, and that is why sometimes, you know, when people bring up like, oh, certain ships are unplayable, I've played pretty much every ship in the game. I do think I'm pretty knowledgeable about most of the things, and sometimes I just disagree with what you have to say, which doesn't devalue your opinion, just that I might not agree with it.
There was a question, I forgot actually from whom, in the YouTube chat, whether you can use enemy smoke. Yes, you can, and stealing a smoke is always fun.
Yeah.
It's risky, but it's fun.
Oh, just disabled my torpedo launcher.
Who?
The enemy Gneiser now that is here.
Oh,
Pretty sure he will try to use his torpedoes on me, but I wanted to use this side and then the other side. Okay, let's do that. Oh, and there's the set.
oh, come on. My turrets are made out of tissue paper or what? I get the turret knocked out all the time.
Yeah, that's a very frustrating mechanic, I agree. Okay, with the torpedoes on this side. Oh, are you trying to ram me? Please don't say you're trying to ram me. Okay, let's get that ship turned around and use those torpedoes before he can do that. Oh, it's gonna be so close. It's gonna be so close. It's gonna be so close.
Oh,
not like this.
he got
buddy.
me with
Not
his
like,
last shot.
not like this, buddy. But it was a
Well.
good try. Good try here.
But if enemy DD spots you in smoke, then the other enemies can see you. You gotta kill the DD in smoke in order to go dark. Yes, that's what I mean by stealing smoke. Well, okay, it's not stealing smoke, it's robbing the smoke. You just either push the enemy DD out, or ideally sink him in the smoke, and then go into the
No, not like this.
cloud.
Need to take one. Should have shot the DD. Just thought I could kill both of them, but well played here, well played. Now I wish this would be a Kuznetsov. But we got 142k damage out of this one with a Tirpitz, which is a German battleship. You know, as we've said before, 152 secondary hits. Got even 3 torpedo hits. We killed the 2 ships. So, like I said, with German battleships, it really depends on the situation, and you can really get a lot of additional damage out of the secondaries, right? We set 6 fires. It's just a matter of getting into the right position, knowing how to play them, you know, using the good things about the German battleships, like the armor pattern, the secondaries, and, for example, torpedoes to the maximum. But don't YOLO in and just expect it to work. It doesn't work like this.
There was a question, when will Issa be available? It's in the patch notes, and she will be coming on June 4. And there was also a question why we are releasing Issa and Dantone. Well, because we have to start somewhere, and Issa is a good ship to start with. I mean, after all, when all is said and done, she's a battleship, so she has armor, she has big guns, so she should be fairly, and she has a long reload, so she should be like easier to manage in the hybrid mode than a cruiser.
Yeah. Somebody's asking whether there's a mobile version of World of Warships. Yes, there's actually World of Warships Blitz, which is available on mobile. We also have World of Warships Legends, which is available on Xbox and PlayStation. So if you want to play these ships, you can do that.
And here we see the last act of Defiance. Last seconds of the Gneisenau. Who will
Nice.
get him? The CV will get him. Okay.
Gusto Purple says, one thing that is in way too many games in GameChat is this 2-tier up-down difference. Are you ever going to do something about it? I think it should be high on your to-fix list. So this is a bit of a... Okay, this is a tricky thing. So first of all, let's just take a look at the match, right? I think we did pretty well here. We also got the top score with the significant, amount of difference to the next guy, because German battleships are absolutely unplayable, as you can see here, right? And you can see the amount of damage we dealt. So we had secondaries dealt 30k damage, plus the fires from the secondaries, because they were set by the secondaries. As you can see, I only fired AP. So in total, around 45% of our damage was dealt by secondaries. It's like, I understand you would love to have secondaries stronger. Maybe we can buff them a bit, right? But it worked out very nicely, at least in this match, right? So I think overall it was a pretty fun match, at least for me, and I like to have this playstyle in the game. And we just have to keep it balanced, that it's not too strong.
I mean, I potatoed at the beginning, but...
So about the matchmaking. So while Taki brings Happa in and we play, I don't know, do we want to play Agincourt? Maybe? It's a good tier to play.
I will just have to make some magic happen so that Happa has her as well.
Yeah, by the way, Happa, our North American community manager. You can also find him on the North American streams. A really nice guy. Also, I have to say, I really loved his segment on the longest night of museum stream with the USS Texas. It's always great to see to also have people in the team who have been serving on these ships and just can tell you about actual life on warships. But about that matchmaking topic. So you just have to be aware of the fact that World of Warships was developed with a +-2 matchmaking in mind. Actually, it was developed with a +-3 spread in mind.
Yes.
And we actually had that at the beginning of the game. There was also no mirror matchmaking for CVs and so on. And we've been making a lot of improvements over time. So right now, the game is supposed to be working with +-2 matchmaking. And I think it actually works quite well. You can always deal damage to ships, even if you're -2 matchmaking. You just have to be a little bit more careful. We also have certain mechanics in the game, like certain algorithms that will limit the amount of times you are actually the bottom tier ship in a match. And I would say, for example, on tier 8 that we just played, it's roughly 40% after a certain amount of calibration time for the matchmaker to take that into account. And it also provides you with a variety of different scenarios and ships that you get to meet. Maybe we will change that at some point in the future. Never say never. We had the same with +-3. We actually moved to +-2. Maybe we will move at some point to +-1. But the matchmaker has to not just fulfill the role of building a match in the most balanced way. No, it also, because it's not based, for example, on skill. It's purely based on ships and classes and so on, right? It also has to work at all times. While it might be super quick to get a battle in prime time, if you play it like, because I know you're shift worker, you're playing at 3 a.m. in the morning, it needs to still be able to build matches. And that's why it has to have certain flexibility to be able to do that.
So are we doing the Triple Azincourt?
Oh, God, no, please no. But I think one of us should play it. If you want to play it, be my guest. I can play something else. I'm personally not a big fan of triple BB divisions,
Okay, well, I will, in that case, sacrifice myself and play... okay, so Hapa will play Visby.
Okay.
I will play a cruiser.
He probably doesn't have Edging Code right now. Because his main account is on the North American side.
I will take some cruiser and you take Azincourt as our resident battleship boy.
I'm actually a destroyer main. Not a destroyer, a cruiser main. But I do love playing battleships as well. Switch LP says, currently World of Warships matchmaking is one of the worst matchmakings in games I know. Look, the matchmaker has been like this in terms of skill matchmaking that is not existent, has been like this since the game started. So whenever you started playing World of Warships and you enjoyed it, it was exactly that. And we've improved it with taking feedback on board, for example, with limiting the amount of matches you would be the bottom tier, to improve certain matchmaking rules, for example, amount of CVs you would see, having aspects of how many ships you can see maximum from a certain class, not just CVs, but for example, battleships or DDs. So we're doing a lot of work, but touching the matchmaker is something we're very careful with because it's one of the core mechanics of the game. And we want it to be very flexible and be able to build matches. So I'm actually going to change the commander here. The good thing is with our commander system, you can actually use on a premium ship whatever commander you want. And I'm going to use my Andrew Cunningham here. If we take a look at the Agincourt, and maybe it's good to show the ship first. You minimize this. So this is actually the camouflage you can have for the Agincourt. It is a very pretty ship. And one thing you will notice is that what is that ridiculous amount of turrets on this ship? It is very, very nice. It has 7 turrets with double barrels, and totally have 14 guns. If we take a look at the artillery, they're 305mm guns. So that should give you an idea of what that means. It has 76mm of HE penetration capability, which if you take a look at some of the cruisers you might meet, let's maybe just, let me quickly filter this. Let's add in cruisers, for example. Let's say you would meet something like a Murmansk, and you take a look at, actually not here, at the armor layout. You will see that, 76mm. Oof, what might happen here? So HE is quite strong with that penetration on that tier. So let me quickly select it. Overall, it has a ridiculous amount of turrets. It does have 30 seconds time of reload time, to make up for the high amount of guns that it has. In terms of concealment, it's actually quite nice, 11.9 kilometers, but you cannot really buff it up with a modular ride because at tier 5 ship you have 3 slots. I'm going to go for aiming systems modification. This ship is for me built around guns, so I'm going to use that. want to have less fires, so I'm going to use that as well. And then I don't want things to be incapacitated, so I'm going to use this for the main battery. And then the question is, okay, what do we want to do? 15.3 kilometers of range. We have 11.9 kilometers of concealment. I'm just going to build this around, survivability. We do want to take grease the gears because the turrets don't really turn that quickly, right? Adrenaline Rush is still one of my favorite skills because it does give you, faster reload time, which is always nice. You're going to burn like hell. You probably want to have additional survivability. And then the question is, okay, what are we going to do? I'm not really sure. I want to take this one. I'm probably going to go for a bit more survivability. And we could actually build it around concealment. And that's just what I'm going to do. It gives me slightly more options in terms of engagement. So it's like an interesting mix. Don't forget to use flags. This is still one of my best quality of life improvements from last year, that I can just say mount recommended flags, and then I'll just use some additional goodies here because I'm clearly running out of credit points. Oh, that's a nice mix. We almost have a British setup here with the Exeter Agincourt, but we also have a Visby.
Yeah, well, the Swedish ship that just somehow...
Put some AA skills on it. Look, the AA on the ship is not the strong selling point of it, I would say. But the guns are. Like, if you meet CVs, then, and CVs will learn this very quickly, is that this battleship doesn't have a lot of AA, and that's one of the downsides of the ship. Why not Swift and Silence? It replaced Deadeye, so it must be good, right? Well, Subs and Soda, I think, I'm personally very much in favor of not having a skill like Deadeye in the game. I think it gave people, an option to kind of have better dispersion in certain situations. I personally only picked it on ships where you would sit a bit further in the back, like the Yamato, where it would be really helpful. But I personally feel like I would always love to see ships closer to the caps. In terms of Swift and Silence, it is an interesting skill, but I think on certain battleships like the Bourgogne, for example, where you can actually get a lot out of it because you're going to be very mobile. So,
and also for battleships that are fairly stealthy and still fast enough, so that basically the 10% makes a difference. Yeah, the French battleships will probably get the most of it, but yeah.
So and that's the
thing. One thing you have to realize: not every skill is for every ship. Like, it is good for every ship. That's and if
Oh, look at that!
If you expect every ship to be able to use all skills effectively, then we end up with carbon copies. And when we put in a carbon copy ship, again, you don't like them.
Look at that evil division. There's a double kamikaze and a Giulio Cesare.
Oh yeah. That will be, I think that should be our focus, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But pure tier 5 matchmaking, absolutely fantastic. I agree with Happer. This is one of the awesome improvements that I really liked about matchmaking, that you get a lot of same tier matchmaking. So I think we will support RDD, which is, of course, Happer fodder. So we'll push up behind him.
Yeah, I will probably go in closer to the islands so that I get some cover there for my precious citadel.
Hobby in 1979, it says, thanks for nerfing Stalingrad again. Look, I know that, it's always a tricky discussion, right? On the one hand, you guys want to have a balanced game. On the other hand, you hate it when we touch your favorite ships. But I think that it's good to be able to also nerf ships that are, for example, from the special ship category, in the future, for example, premium ships, to have a balanced game, and that we can make changes to these ships so we don't have to take them out of rotation. Now, in terms of the Stalingrad, it's my personal opinion. I know you might personally disagree with it. But I feel that while not having 30 seconds of radar, we'll have 20 seconds of radar, the Stalingrad still is a fantastic ship because the radar is a really nice tool to have. But the core aspects of the Stalingrad are still there. It still has fantastic guns. It's super tanky, right? It's one of my favorite picks, for example, to play in ranked battles. I usually pick between, if I want to have that kind of playstyle, do I want to have Petropavlovsk or Stalingrad, because they are very good in that role. But it's still a very strong ship. So it's not like it's suddenly bad. It's just got an adjustment.
That is the Giulio.
Yes. Well, I'm currently out of range, so.
Pity.
Petra needs a nerf. Petra actually got nerfed several times, so we it's not like we're not touching this ship. It actually already got several nerfs, and if we need to, we will touch it more. GeoWick says this is the same reason why people say the Buffalo is bad. They need to play differently. Yes, I agree. But of course, that's also one thing you just have to keep in mind: is as much as you would like to be good in all of the ships, everybody has certain favorites, and not all of the ships work for you. Like, I can give you my best example for ships, and you will hate me for saying this, ships that don't work for me, usually the Missouri. The Missouri is a ship that I just cannot make it work in a lot of battles for whatever reason, because I might be too greedy in certain situations, or just get into like too aggressive positions, and then I pay the price. While other players might be really strong with it, it's just not everything works for everybody. Why queue with a tier 6 in ranked? Well, maybe your favorite ship is on tier 6, or maybe you don't have tier 7 ships available. You can still perform very, very well with the tier 6 ships. Like, for example, if you take a T61, it's going to be fantastic in that mode. But yeah, it depends. We just give people the option to be able to pick the tier they like.
Actually, very first season of Ranked, back when we started with them, was tier 6 and 7. And back then it was kind of valid choice for me to take Aoba instead of the Miyako, for example, because simply the Aoba played differently, was more agile and more like a oversized destroyer, so...
So chat, this is an HE Citadel. That's just what I wanted to showcase.
Nice.
On Emerald. This is just something that you sometimes don't realize, but if you played, for example, the British battleships in general, like the Orion, it's also something it can do with the very strong HE penetration that it has. That on that tier, a lot of light cruisers are not just light cruisers, they're paper thin in terms of armor, and you can actually do this. It won't deal the same amount of damage as an AP Citadel, right? So, nice job there, Taki.
Double Citadel.
Yes, and I'll try to do this to the Yahagi. And then let's see what we can do to the König. Oh, somebody else. Snacked it. Nicely done. We're going to have a problem over here, potentially. So, we just need to be a bit aware of that.
Yeah.
Oh, and hello, Karma. How are you doing? If you don't know Karma, she is actually our social media manager, so all of the nice things you see on our social media channels are thanks to her. Okay, there's Oklahoma.
She also has a veritable zoo at home.
Yes.
With a lot of interesting critters. Some of them look slightly dangerous, but well. Ah, there's the Monte Cuccoli.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. I'll see whether I can blab it. All the bad stuff is not me, though. Of course. It's the same for me. Completely innocent. You see the halo here, right? That's me. Innocent Chrysanthus. Are you laughing? So rude.
Monte Cuccoli cloaked. Oh, are you leading?
There's also Kamikaze right in front of us, so I'm a bit worried about this. I'll try to angle away here.
Pardon me for not wishing to expose my citadel down there.
Yeah. Xork is asking, can I buy a ship as a gift for a friend? Yes, we do have a gifting option, but you might, like, some of the payment options might not always be available for gifting. But you can definitely do this. Just head to the Prem shop and you can do it there. We don't have it. Here we go. I could feel it. I could feel it, that little Kamikaze. Coming around the corner, trying to torpedo me with a very beautiful camouflage. That's what Taki would say.
What?
Look at the camo he has.
I can't.
It's Women's Day camouflage.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't find it, like, I don't like flowers on my ship. Trying to help.
I say that I like the Women's Day camouflage just to trigger.
Just in spite.
Just to spite Chrysanthus, but I like one camouflage that he really hates: the school bus camo.
Oh God, yes, that one. Like, I don't know. I I do feel that if you have that camo, you should get like an American school bus honk.
That's a good idea.
I know, right? I have plenty of those. Just like I have it for toasters. Okay, we kind of need to fall back soon, as you already do, and help. Oh, not the Gully.
Oh, there's the kamikaze. Hello, kamikaze.
Chrysanthus, can I please have a kamikaze for my birthday?
No.
I can make dreams true, but I want to keep my job. I would love to be able to say like, kamikaze for you, kamikaze for you, kamikaze for you.
You got kamikaze. You got kamikaze.
Exactly. Everybody gets a kamikaze. But unfortunately, no. I'm a proud owner, but I feel too dirty to.
Ouch.
Oof. What touched you? Was it the Julia?
All 3 battleships.
Oh. What is the best nation for a starter? That's so rough to say. It really depends on what you're interested in.
Now 6 people are looking at me.
Okay. That's a lot. Let's take a closer look, Taki. So
Like I'm dead. Yeah.
this time you are indeed. Best starting nation. Maybe Taki. So what would you suggest as a starter? Like what is a good way to get into the game? What good line?
CM 1971 IT. Taki, you were in a game with Flambas and you were pink. Explain yourself. I will explain myself, Your Honor. It wasn't my fault, you see? We had yesterday some hiccups with the office network, so I was trying out the game, and at that moment I got booted out of the game, out of the battle. I got pinked, but I got better. And your question was?
My question was, what starter line? What's a good starter line?
For starter line, I would say
Sorry, Taki. You might get clips about this.
German cruisers,
German cruisers?
American cruisers, and German battleships, probably. German or British. They tend to be kind of like
British destroyers. I think by now, like usually I would have said like American DDs are very good around us, but I think by now the British destroyers give you a lot of tools that will teach you a lot of things about how to play destroyers in general.
Yeah, but the bonus of the American DDs, I would say for new players, would be the long smoke rather than a lot of tools. So generally, I would say that for new players, all-rounder classes or all-rounder branches are the best. So. Ouch.
Kamikaze is such a good boat. Unfortunately, they really ruffle stomped this flank. So,
yep.
And the Kamikaze is going to just keep torping me. I won't be able to spot him, and Happa can't really push in against 3 battleships as well. That's something I can ask of him. Oh, the Julia is going down though. Maybe I can touch. Oh, hello.
For
I'm dead now. This is unfortunately my engine was dead.
Yeah.
Not
Back Angle Tiger, for DDs I would recommend the Europeans, since you do not have the smoke there and have to learn life without it. You see, I would say that it's good to start with smoke, because it gives you always the chance to like bug out and to play more with visibility and learn things more. I would say that for European DDs, you should head there when you already know what you are doing and when to shoot your guns, when not to shoot your guns, and stuff like that.
Yes. Yeah, in general, like I think there's some lines that, in general, if you're new to World of Warships, my general piece of advice would be pick something that looks interesting. There are lines like, for example, German cruisers, British destroyers, maybe American battleships or Japanese battleships are still a good starting point. I think German battleships are still quite forgiving, so it might also be a nice way to get into the game. But I think Japanese battleships, for example, teach you very well about how to aim and how to deal with receiving damage. It can be a bit punishing in the beginning, but don't show broadside. So these kind of lines will get you a good start. But overall, like, kind of get like one destroyer line, one cruiser line, one battleship line to tier 4, and maybe play a little bit of CVs tier 4 to tier 6 to get an idea of what works well in the game, what doesn't work well. Like, in order to be able to deal with the enemy, the annoying enemy, the best way to be able to do this is to know what is annoying for them.
Is to become the annoying
If you play
enemy.
battleships and you're annoyed by destroyers, play destroyers, figure out what the enemy battleships are doing that annoys you, and just do it to them. Same thing is true for cruisers. If you hate battleships, play battleships, figure out what battleships can do, what they can't do, and this way you will learn how to deal with it. Same thing is true for CVs. As soon as you start playing CVs and you understand, like, okay, this is how they aim, this is kind of the approach they take, this is how they lose planes, and this is what I don't want to see, then kind of replicate this on the other classes to make their life hard. And then it's really about what you enjoy playing in the game. We have by now over 450 ships, and a lot of them have different, pros, different cons, how to play them, and this is just something you have to figure out for yourself, and then pick ships according to this. Also, maybe watch some YouTube or Twitch content and ask questions to our amazing CCs or other streamers who are very happy to answer questions you might have about the game. There are also a lot of Discords out there that might be there to help you, other players. Use the tools that are available to you to become a better player. I believe if you put in the effort, you will become a better player.
Yes.
400 collector's badge when? Yeah, good question. I think, wait, don't we have the next one already with 500?
I think we do.
I think because it was 350 and 500, but I have to double check.
But I think the 500 is already out there.
Yeah. What are your guys' current favorite ships in the game? Taki, what's your favorite ship?
I don't really have one favorite ship, but I would say
pick
European
pick
DDs.
two. Pick two favorite ships.
Östergötland
Okay.
and I would say Holland, but I mean I know it's boring, but yeah, these two are probably my most fun boats.
I can
currently.
fully understand that. From my side, if you ask me like what I like to play currently, like not like my all-time favorite, currently it's, I feel naughty saying this, but it's Vampire 2 and the Petropavlovsk, because I played a lot of ranked. Actually, it's my favorite game mode. I know that sometimes it can be very frustrating depending on the teams that you get, but overall the quality of players is quite nice. And you just have to have you have more impact on a battle. And these are my two favorite ships right now. If you ask me for like overall favorite ships to pick, it would still be Hindenburg and Montana. These are just two ships that are very, very dear to me, that I've played for a very long time. I love to still take them out. It's just that currently with the kind of modes that I play, these two ships are my favorites.
Captain Glue Bottle, yes, because these DDs are the only ones that can last against CVs. No, actually, that's not the reason why I enjoy them. I mean, yes, it comes in handy, but for example, Americans are also quite decent in such situations. But the European DDs are just, I just like all-rounder ships, and like the European DDs have not too strong torpedoes, but fast reload and fast torpedoes, so you can get some nice hits. They don't have the strongest guns, but still can do a decent gunboat work if in right situation. So they are all-rounders, and they are just fun to play, maneuverable and stealthy enough. So yeah,
I love how Happa is just conveniently and very, very respectably carrying us here through this match. So Happa,
Yes.
I believe you got this, man. You got this. Just get the kamikaze, and then just
then get the other kamikaze, and then
camera control. Yeah, sorry, Conway. I was just focusing on answering stuff, and I was just looking at him here. So I think the bonus code by now is disabled, so I won't show the bonus code
Yes.
anymore. Oh, the kamikaze got the Giulio. But Happy, you got this. No pressure. No pressure at all. Actually, I'll give the camera control to Mr. Taki, so I can focus a bit more on battling and rambling.
Okay,
He's not dead yet. No karma. Maybe he just he feels the pressure now of the EU audience watching, judging all the time.
We don't judge, but if he doesn't win this, obviously we don't talk to him for a week. So.
Yeah. So wait, there was well, Wixen, great to hear you guys can still enjoy this game a lot while it's also being your job, working outside of office hours and so on. I love playing World of Warships. Sometimes I think like everybody, sometimes you have periods where you hate the game a little bit because you had a frustrating experience, and then you have these days when you absolutely love it.
Hoppa, hoppa, hoppa,
Happa, you can do it.
You can do it.
This is Happa fodder. This is Happa's fodder here. The
Yeah.
Congo.
No, but get them, Tiger.
Like I do like the game a lot. I do still love to play it in my free time.
He did it.
Good job here. So Happa now get the kamikaze.
Yes, and then the other kamikaze, and we are golden.
Yeah, 3 minutes. 3 minutes to go. You got this. Now they're trying to cap, so you can actually get them. I guess both of the kamikazes are going to be there. Yeah, and yeah, but also chat, let us know what is your favorite ship to play right now. Maybe your current favorite and your all-time favorite. For me, this is like a very, very nice question in general, because it might say a lot about you as a player. I know that, you know, I talk a lot and I play a lot, and I usually I'm usually being made fun of because I'm a tryhard at heart. Oh no, Appa, oh no. Can you dodge? Oh,
Wow.
Beautiful dodge there. But yeah, I love to be a tryhard. Like I usually give shit to like Lord of Droid and the others, or Conway, when they say like, oh, you know, we're down 2 ships, we think the game is lost, and then you can still win it. I always believe there's a way to win a match, even if it's a very
more
uphill battle.
torpedoes
As for example,
coming.
the showcases now here. You can do it, man. I believe. Kamikazes, don't be shy. Go get into a gunfight. Show us what you can do. What did you learn from watching King of the Sea? Ooh, that's a good question. To be honest, I was surprised to see how teams were leveraging certain ships. And I think the most interesting aspect for me was like seeing Shikishimas, because Shikishima is not on my to-buy list for steel, but these guys made it look very, very fun, and I love the gun sound. And now I'm just, like, I have to count my steel for, am I going to get Shiki, or am I going to get something else? So that's like my big question for myself. But yeah, I think overall, like, King of the Sea is always great to see certain positions on maps that you didn't know about, or you're not aware of it if you're not playing a lot of clan battles, a lot of competitive.
Ooh, more torpedoes coming.
Oh, threading the needle. Oh, slightly. Oh, the wiggle,
Yeah.
drifting into the
Wiggle
torpedo.
too much, but
But well played to the enemy team. Well played.
yeah, and a nice blind torpedo salvo for the kamikaze. Oh no, it was gun. Ah, yeah, good.
Nice. I mean, it was close. It was close. We potatoed here. So good job to Happa. And I
Yeah.
think, oh man, it's already 8:35. I didn't
Yeah.
even see how time, you know, just flew by. But I hope you guys had a lot of fun here on the stream. So we will have, so just like let me think about like all of the things that are happening in the next weeks. So we have currently update came out, right? So you can play ranked battles, you can play clan battles soon, which is going to start next week. We have the Battle of Beasts event going on, so go grab your points, your battle, your beast tokens, and get your German collection containers, get your Jutland containers, you know, all of these nice things in the game. Then we do have actually the Twitch Drops campaign running for the update, but also for the Battle of Beasts commanders. So if you want to get your hands on more of these commanders, all you have to do is take a look at the Twitch Drops campaigns that are available, right? There's one for this week for, I think it's the Welthund commander. And all you have to do is watch for 4 hours on one of the channels that are listed there. It's a official channel plus a set of CCs. Next week, it's going to be a different set of CCs. And each week, there will be a new one for each of the commanders. And then if you're a German, Polish, or French player, we have a really cool activity coming up on the EU server next week, Friday, where we have the Fight Night, where you can play in a brawl.
That will be fun.
We're going to all meet up on TeamSpeak, and you know, you can just get to know other clans. It's a really nice get together for the community, and I hope you're going to join us. And of course, if you could be so kind and share the survey. We do have an update survey right now, so if you want to tell us how you feel about this update, what you like, what you dislike, and please do go there and fill it out so we get to know what you think about this update. You don't have to fill it out right now, right? You can just save the link and come back in a few days if you want to see the update in detail first. But we would very much appreciate the feedback that you give us so we can improve the game. As you can see, what we, for example, did with Deadeye and other aspects of the game to make it more to your liking. Cool. And yeah, otherwise,
there is a question. How do you participate in the German-French brawls?
So it's very easy. There will be a TeamSpeak server set up. All you have to do is just jump on the TeamSpeak server, and then you can join whatever team you want to like. There's going to be volunteers helping you. So you can just read the publication that's available in German, French, and Polish. We wanted to run this as a test, and if we see that it was quite popular, we will expand it to other languages and potentially other servers. So there is a cool Clan Brawl activity going on the 28th of May. We also have Armchair Admirals coming up on the 31st.
Yes.
With the topic of Battle of Jutland. How fitting! It feels like it's not coincidence. Tucky, what happened there?
There was this battle at close to Jutland. But
Okay.
I have to say that May is always always a challenging time to pick a topic for such activities, because you have basically at the same time range you have the Jutland, you have the Tsushima, and you have the Hunt for Bismarck. So like 3 big beats, and that's it's not easy. Then also you have the Battle of the Coral Sea earlier in May. And just after that, you have Battle of Midway anniversary. So it's complicated, but we covered Battle of Midway and by extension also the Coral Sea last year. So Tsushima will probably have to wait. We covered Bismarck with a special event even earlier, but this year we have Jutland topic and we have Battle of Jutland anniversary. So yeah, that's why.
Yeah, I also wanted to show you this. So we actually have here a new fun publication, and I would just like to get your feedback on this, chat. We have a publication. It's called TLDR Update 0.10.4, which is kind of like a little bit of like a funnier TLDR, what the update brings to you. So, for example, if you want to know the very, very sophisticated background of the German mythology theme, you can find it here. And let us know what you think about this, if this is something you would like to see in the future. It's just an experiment that we're running, but I think it's actually quite funny. So go give us some feedback. You can find it on the portal for EU and NA, I think, and in English. So would love to hear your feedback about this. You loved it. Keep those coming. Cool. I hope that more of you feel this way, and then we will actually do this. So, chat, I think this has been a fantastic stream. Thank you very much for joining us. We hope you could...
Thanks for everyone who carried us. Sorry to the guys who didn't carry us enough for us to win, but that happens.
Look, I think we won some, not all of the battles, but we did an okay job here. So yeah, I just want to say thank you for everybody tuning in. I hope we get to answer all your questions about the update 0.10.4. And if we didn't answer all of that, you can just go to the forums where all of our community managers are going to be happy to answer your questions. You can also go to the official Discord. If you don't know, we do have an official Discord. You can find it under discord.gg/WOWS. And get help there, or just hang out with us. And otherwise, we will be back, of course, next week. Same place, same time, from 6 to 8 Central European Summertime, or 4 to 6 UTC. You can then just Google it, what that means in your local time. And otherwise, there will be many other, the usual regional streams that you can find under this schedule, wo.ws/schedule. And with this, I think I'll just shut up and go home and go into my longer weekend, because we
will rate
I deserve it,
right?
We will rate somebody.
So
the question is with what?
Hashtag Praise Conway.
Hashtag Praise Conway. Okay, then we can definitely do this.
I think after these 2 weeks, he definitely deserves it. So
yes, chat. You can already start spamming this. We do really appreciate what Conway did over the last few weeks with King of the Sea and the longest night of museums. So happy to give him some love. I love to give him shit, but it's all good in good jest. Cool. Okay, so thank you very much, guys. We will be back next week. Enjoy your weekend. I hope you get to have some fun with the Battle of Beasts and all of the other things that this update brought to you. And yeah, we'll see you soon, TM. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.